19th season with a record of 216-32. The Wildcats are led by head coach Tom Kaufman, who enters his first season at the helm for the Wildcats. While competition will be fierce, please remember that the student athletes playing here tonight are friendly rivals as members of opposing teams. Now let's leave the starting lineups. First for the visiting Avon Eagles on offense at quarterback, number 3, junior Trevor Sikora. At running back, number 7, senior Michael Colburn. At tight end, number 17, senior Jack Goldian. At wide receiver, number 11, senior Caden Bennett. At wide receiver, number 8, senior Jackson Palmer. At wide receiver, number 6, senior Finn Jordanek. At left tackle, number 73, junior Josh Kelly. At left guard, number 77, junior Derek Weitzel. At center, number 52, senior Jack Fitch. At right guard, number 56, senior Dominic Grasso. And at right tackle, number 72, senior Caden Krugman. Now for the Avon defense. At defensive end, number 78, senior Ryan Wysocki. At nose tackle, number 50, senior Nolan Rauke. At defensive end, number 77, junior Derek Weitzel. At linebacker, number 9, senior Nathan Peters. At linebacker, number 40, senior Sean White. At linebacker, number 67, senior Grady Seuss. At safety, number 1, senior Alec Ferreira. At safety, number 0, senior Jarrell Fenton. At safety, number 24, senior Bryce Chura. At cornerback, number 18, senior Merrick Dunn. And at cornerback, number 2, junior Johnny Scott. And now let's meet the offense for the Wildcats. At quarterback, number 34, senior team captain Dane Donovan. At running back, number 28, junior T. Deinhardt. At tight end, number 9, senior team captain Charlie Blasco. At wide receiver, number 3, senior team captain Trey Haddad. At wide receiver, number 5, junior Billy Cole. At wide receiver, number 2, senior Brandon Paul. At left tackle, number 64, junior Colin Barron. At left guard, number 68, senior Grayson Hackadakis. At center, number 52, senior Bobby Leskovich. At right guard, number 69, senior team captain Jackson Janasek. And at right tackle, number 75, senior Andrew Davala. Now for the Wildcats defense at defensive end, number 7, senior David Hughes. At defensive tackle, number 99, senior Josh Henson. At defensive tackle, number 95, junior Matthias Mahalik. At defensive end, number 44, senior team captain James Conrad. At linebacker, number 18, senior Gavin Foss. At linebacker, number 11, junior Nick Chine. At cornerback, number 0, junior Logan Jorman. At cornerback, number 16, senior CJ McLean. At safety, number 6, senior Joey Granzier. At safety, number 14, senior Anthony Angelante. And at safety, number 22, senior Mike Collada.
Pistol looks, fires over the middle, and it's picked off. Witherspoon on the return, upended at the 10 as he tumbles forward to the 6-yard line. Jacob Witherspoon.
Pistol again, 3 receivers, 2 backs. He takes it. He'll pitch it out to McKee. McKee running. McKee breaks 2 tackles. Now he's off and loose. Here he goes. McKee across the 30. Defender falls down. McKee's going to score. Touchdown, Keystone.
37-yard line. There's going to be a handoff. No, it's a play action. It's wide open over the middle. It's Wilhelm. It's at the 40, and he's breaking free all the way down the middle of the field, the 10, the 5. Ryan Wilhelm goes in for the touchdown. A beautiful play call on the play action, and Buckeye strikes first. It's 6-0. From Huntington Bank Field on the shores of Lake Erie in downtown Cleveland. Good Thursday evening, everyone, and welcome to Game 1 of the 2026 high school football season on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page. Tonight, the defending state champs, not once but twice, the Avon Eagles take on the Wildcats from St. Ignatius High School. And tonight's WEOL Gridiron Clash, live on WEOL.com, and that CT YouTube channel is brought to you by your North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads. Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. A1 Concrete Leveling, serving the area for over 30 years. Stewart's TV and Appliance on Cleveland Street in Elyria. Mallard Creek Golf Club on Route 82 in Columbia Station. Mike Bass Ford, I-90 at Detroit, exit 148. A great deal and a great deal more. And by Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. Well, greetings, everyone, and welcome to the high school football season as we kick it off here at Huntington Bank Field. Tim Elkhorn, along with Rocco Nucci, joined by Jared Kozar and Zach Sprague as they get everything handled on the technical side. Rocco and I just get to talk all night, and to say that we're excited about the season opener would be a mild understatement. The 2-time defending state champions in Division II, the Avon Eagles, taking on St. Ignatius. Rocco, great to work with you. I know we were together at WEOL Media Day over at the Chronicle Telegram, and not only excited for tonight's game, but this 2026 season overall.
Yeah, no kidding. I think one thing that I want to let our listeners and viewers know on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel is that this entire high school football season, unlike last year where we had just 1 game on video, 2 were audio only, we now have 2 games weekly on video, 3 this week with our Thursday night opener tonight, of course. So this week we'll have Norway and Keystone, and then Walsh Jesuit and Highland. You guys can watch that on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. And pause actually real quick for the national anthem.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Out of the timeout, Tim, like I was saying, our 3 games this week, Walsh, Jesuit, and Highland, Norwin, and Keystone. Those will be your 2 games video-wise on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Then our audio-only game takes us out to Shoreman Country. Ron Janssen, Mike Rush have the call. Avon Lake playing host to Strongzo. But, of course, it all gets started here tonight. Avon and St. Ignatius. Tim, a matchup that we talked quite a bit about during Media Day, catching up with Mike Elder. Ryan O'Rourke, of course, you guys shared that fun story that you guys had in Mike's very first game as head coach of the Avon
Very
Eagles.
first game as the head coach of the Avon Eagles, taking on their rival, Lake, as they call them, Avon Lake. And, of course, Mike, in his very first game, got to coach in this stadium against legendary, iconic coach Dave DeLugas, then the head coach of the Shoremen from Avon Lake. And even though Avon Lake won big that night, the moment that will always stand out for me, Avon won the toss, had the ball at their own 20-yard line, and their very first play under head coach Mike Elder, Ryan O'Rourke, now the head coach at Firelands, but then the Avon quarterback, hit Brian Jensen on an 80-yard touchdown pass. And even though Avon Lake won the game, I think Avon sent a message that night, and Mike Elder did, to say, we're coming. And we don't know how long it's going to take, but we are going to be one of the top programs, not only in Lorain County, but in the state of Ohio. And back-to-back state championships have seen that goal come to fruition. It's simply extraordinary what Coach Elder and his staff and the community at Avon have done with this football program. By the way, we should let people know that our pregame show, as we set the stage for Avon and St. Ignatius, is being brought to you by the Nick Abraham Auto Mall. They're at the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. So, Rocco, we talked about Avon and their back-to-back state championships. Of course, when we talked to Mike Elder in the Chronicle Telegram studios, he talked about the fact, and you brought it up, that last year and now this year, it's not about defending a state championship. It's about that hunger to advance as far as you can this season.
I think that just speaks volumes to where they're at as a program, Tim, and I think that speaks volumes to what you found out however many years ago when you took that in, that very first play, is that Mike Elder isn't just satisfied with a win maybe tonight over St. Ignatius or a couple of wins or an SWC championship, right? He wants that state championship trophy, and as we know, he doesn't just want the 1 or 2 that he has now. He wants that 3rd, and he knows the proper mindset for this group of kids. There's a lot of new faces, maybe not as many between the 2 state titles that he has under his belt, but I think going into this year, there's just so many new faces, 2 returning starters on the defense. I think that's really something to reiterate with these kids. Attack this year. Don't try to defend anything. Go out and prove your own worthiness week in and week out. It starts here tonight.
And, of course, at Avon, they never rebuild. They just reload. But there are a lot of new faces as far as both sides of the football are concerned. They graduated quite a few players off that state championship team of 2025.
Yeah, and it's hard no matter who you are, whether, private, public, doesn't matter. It is just hard to replenish that kind of state caliber talent. There's always talented kids each and every grade level wherever you go, but is it enough to be state championship worthy? That's one of my big questions with Avon tonight. Do they look like a team ready to compete for number 3, Tim? Or do we look at them at the end of the night, even maybe after a win and think, okay, a couple of things to work out still? That's where I'm curious.
Well, that's why it's game 1.
Well, there you go.
The team we see tonight out there for Avon, no matter, as you say, the final result, is not the team that you'll see in November and as they get to the playoffs. Quick word on St. Ignatius, of course, for years, one of the perennial powers in the state of Ohio, heck, across the country. They were nationally ranked under their legendary head coach, Chuck Kyle. During the offseason, they made a move, and they have brought in Tom Kaufman as the head coach at St. Ignatius. So he inherits a program that, while it's rich in tradition, they have struggled on the gridiron as of late.
Yeah, it's been real interesting with them the last couple of years. And, Tim, you look at their schedule, they don't schedule like they're down, right? I mean, you look at the slate ahead of them, it's still like they are a national powerhouse, and that's where Coach Kaufman wants to get them back to. I think you have the packet in front of me, the game notes, where there's kind of a letter from Coach Kaufman to that St. Ignatius community, and you can really feel the passion and energy and what this job really means to him and the staff that he brought in. So, we're curious what Avon will look like tonight, maybe even more so for me, Ignatius, just to see, are they kind of on their way to being back to where they should be, or are they still kind of that little brother to Eds right now?
Well, just to show how important football is to St. Ignatius and their community and their alumni, it was the first time ever that St. Ignatius conducted a nationwide search for a football coach. Now, ironically, they hired somebody that was kind of in the backyard back in 2023 and 2024. Tom Kaufman was the head coach at Gilmore, and then last year was at Marietta. But they cast a very wide net to bring the Wildcat program back to prominence.
How about 80 applications, Tim, from 30 states for that Ignatius job? 30 states had guys submitting applications to be the head coach of the St. Ignatius Wildcats. Program may be down, but there's still a lot of prestigiousness behind it.
No doubt about it. So we're just about ready to get things rolling as the music blasts here at Huntington Bank Field. It's Avon taking on St. Ignatius. Want to remind you that our Nick Abraham Auto Mall pregame show brought to you by Nick Abraham Auto Mall. They're at the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. All right, my friend Rocco, let's talk about our keys to the game. Keys to the game presented by Network Land Title Agency, the best in title and escrow services. So I see you've got all sorts of paperwork here. You've
Probably
done your homework. So let's talk about our Network Land Title Agency keys to the game.
So quickly before kick, I think for Avon, make it easy for Trevor Sikora, right? First year, fully under center. Get that run game going, get him settled in. You got to hit that, the layup throws. I think if you're Trevor Sikora, get the easy ones. Maybe the deep ball will open itself up. I think getting him comfortable early is a big key to the game. And for St. Ignatius, it was the turnovers that duped them last year, Tim. You were on the call. 4 they had in the second half over at Avon. So I think for Ignatius, don't turn the ball over, and they'll take the ball to start the game tonight. I think for them, they got to try to strike first. I think if they get ahead and try to play from ahead tonight, that could go a long way for their confidence and morale. So they're my keys to the game, again brought to you by Network Land Title Agency.
Ignatius, the home team tonight, they're in their dark blues. Boy, you've seen that over the years. The dark blue shirts with the gold letters and the gold helmet, gold pants. Avon in their whites, the white jerseys with the purple letters and numbers, the gold helmet, and Avon also with the gold pants. Kicking off for the Eagles, it will be Jude Tybert. He's a junior, tees it up at the 40-yard line. The 2026 season about to get underway as it's a very short pooch kick and a fair catch called for at the 30-yard line by St. Ignatius. All kickoffs on WEOL this year brought to you by EcoTree Services, your trusted tree care company. And for that, I can vouch. Mickey and her crew just do an incredible job at EcoTree Services. So here we go. Ignatius has it first as the 2026 season is underway. Wildcats going right to left. Their quarterback is Dane Donovan. He's a 6-foot senior. Now, for those dialing in on the CT YouTube page, you can see he wears number 34. Rocco, you've got an interesting story with that. We'll get to it after the game's first play. Donovan inside handoff and plunging to about the 32-yard line. Deinhardt, that'll make it 2nd down and 8. But Rocco, quick story about the number 34 for Dane Donovan.
Yeah, so every year, one young man from every varsity team in St. Ignatius wears number 34, and that's in honor of the late coach and theology teacher Jim Skirl. He passed from a cancer battle in 2014, but he really exemplified what a man for others is in the Jesuit teachings. And so again, everybody one kid on every varsity team wears 34 in honor of him. 2nd
down and 8. Donovan in that pistol formation. Donovan hands off to the man in motion. That's Billy Cole, and he breaks a tackle to the 40, to the 45, and tripped up at the 46-yard line. Nice run as Billy Cole was able to bust that one. Merrick Dunn. That may have been a touchdown-saving tackle by the cornerback, 5'10 senior for Avon, and Merrick Dunn. But a nice pickup for the Wildcats. 1st down and 10 for Ignatius at their own 46-yard line. Just underway, about a minute off the clock here in downtown Cleveland. Donovan, little pitch play. That's Trey Haddad, and now he's going to launch it downfield, and he overshot his intended receiver, looking for Brandon Paul. As, again, some trickery from Ignatius to start the ball game. Set the rest of that Ignatius offense. Again, Dane Donovan is the quarterback. Teague Dinehart, who has a carry already, is a running back, and you'll see a bevy of backs tonight for Ignatius. Trey Haddad, Billy Cole, Brandon Paul are all wide receivers. Haddad splits to the left with 3 receivers to the right on a 2nd down and 10 play at the 46-yard line. Donovan looks over that Avon defense, and we'll set the defense in a moment. Donovan with the hand clap. Donovan's going to keep it himself into Avon territory, ridden down at the 46-yard line. Sean White made that tackle for Avon, but a nice keeper by Dane Donovan. And that'll set up a 3rd down play, 3rd and 2 for the Wildcats. Bobby Leskovic is the St. Ignatius center with Grayson Halkadikis at 1 guard, Jackson Janisek at the other, Colin Barron and Andrew Davala are the tackles. 3rd and 2, the ball in Avon territory. Ignatius on the first drive of the ball game. Donovan again in that pistol, sends Paul in motion. Donovan keeps it himself, got hit and dropped at the 45, and he's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. Well, it's the first decision as the head coach at Ignatius for Tom Kaufman. And there's no hesitation. He keeps the offense on the field. It's 4th and 1. The Wildcats are at the Eagle 45-yard line. Well, let's see what Ignatius elects to do here. 9:40 and the clock running. Donovan in that pistol formation. Donovan gets the snap. Handoff. That's a 1st down and a lot more as a big crease for Billy Cole as he slithers his way down to the Avon 37-yard line. Well, he had a bit of a crack, Rocco, and he took advantage of that. Some nice shiftiness right there.
Well, I tell you what, Tim, you talked about Mike Elder being aggressive all those years ago with his first game as head coach. How about Tom Kaufman and the Ignatius Wildcats here tonight? Some trick play, reverses, reverse passes. They're pulling out all the stops here. Drive 1 of the new season. My goodness.
Avon defense, Derek Weitzel. He's a D1 prospect. He has offers from Miami and OU as at nose guard. Nolan Ropke and Ryan Wysocki are the defensive ends. 1st down play, Donovan rolling right. He's got some turf in front of him. Spins away at the 30, and he got hammered at about the 28-yard line, but that's a nice run. He'll be close to the 1st down. He may have it. The rest of that Avon defense, Sean White, Nathan Peters are the inside backers. Alec Ferreira and Grady Zooks are the outside backers. The cornerbacks, Johnny Scott and Merrick Dunn, with Jarrell Fenton and Bryce Chura, the safeties. 1st and 10, indeed, a 10-yard run right there. And so Ignatius grinding up some yardage, moving the chains, moving the clock, and they have a 1st down at the Avon 28-yard line. Here's Dinehart. Dinehart, not much room as there's a slew of Avon tacklers to gang tackle Dinehart at the 28. No gain on the play. Go ahead.
It feels like Avon needs a big defensive play right now to kind of push Ignatius back. Right now, everything's been downhill. Ignatius, all of their offensive plays have been positive yards. So I think for Avon, get somebody in the backfield, a penalty go your way, something just to get some momentum. They're on their heels right now defensively.
2nd down and 10 as Ignatius on the move. They won the coin toss, took the football, and they've had it for the entirety of the 1st quarter so far. There's Dane Donovan on a keeper. Donovan tries the left side, hammers his way inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. We'll set up a 3rd down and 6, but certainly 4-down territory right here for Ignatius. We saw them go for it on a 4th and 1 at the 46-yard line. So Donovan will operate out of that pistol. Boy, they have kept the ball for almost 5 minutes here in the 1st quarter on this opening drive. Dane Donovan, 6-foot senior, has time, throws, complete to the 20, spun down at the 19. That was Charlie Blasco, the tight end, on the reception. He's going to end up being about a yard shy of the 1st down. Well, if they did it at the 46, they'll certainly do it at the 19. And Ignatius is in the red zone. And the trip to the red zone brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance. They're on Cleveland Street in Elyria. Well, now it's a long one. That ball's just inside the 20. And they've got to get to the 18. There's the handoff right side. Tripped up was Cole. Avon saying he didn't get there.
He's right at it.
And they're not even going to measure. It's a jubilant Eagle defense that comes off the field as Ignatius, for the second time in the drive, went for it. And this time, Billy Cole not able to get to that 18-yard line. He was stuffed at the 19. And Rocco, we mentioned it was a long one. That ball was just over the 20-yard line. But Cole wasn't even close.
Well, that was a great play by Avon defensively. They shot some guys downhill, and they really won up front. Ignatius sort of had their way in the trenches most of that drive, Tim, but Avon stood tall when they needed to. We get our first look at Trevor Sikora under center for the Eagles.
6'2" junior, and of course has massive shoes to fill.
Boy, doesn't he?
As Blake Elder led the Avon Eagles to a state championship last year at quarterback, but that was last year, and now it's Trevor Sikora's opportunity, the 6'2" junior. As Avon has it 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They give it to Palmer. Jackson Palmer breaks one tackle over the 30, out to the 32-yard line. My bad, that was not Palmer. That was Jordanic, Finn Jordanic, with the tackle, or excuse me, with the carry for Avon. Got about 14 out to the 33-yard line. Finn Jordanic. Now he is a returning starter for Avon. 5'10" senior. One of the captains of this football team. So he certainly knows what it takes to win and what the tradition of Avon football is. Nice run there by Jordanic on 1st down. Inside handoff, looking for room and not finding anything, was Michael Colburn. No gain. Colburn, another captain of the team, will make it 2nd down and 10. So Sikora is the quarterback, also the punter, by the way, 6'2" junior. Michael Colburn is one of the running backs we'll see for Avon tonight, as Mike Elder will rotate guys in and out, as he will at wide receiver. You'll see Jordanic, Caden Bennett, Gavin Kohler, Johnny Scott, Graham Rollison, as there will always be a fresh receiver on that field for the Eagles. We'll set the offensive line after this 2nd down and 10 play at the 33. 5:20 to go in the quarter. Quick flip to the left. Complete out to the 40 and pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. On the reception was Caden Bennett. Bennett, 6' senior, another one of those returning starters. Well, they'll say he went out at the 43. That should be enough for the 1st down, though. It was 2nd down and 10, and they do indeed move the chains. Well, of course, this field, as the home of the Cleveland Browns, will only be here for a couple of more seasons, as they will make their move over to Brook Park. 1st down and 10 for the Eagles. They're going left to right, as again, their first series of the night of the season. Inside handoff, fighting for yardage over the 45, maybe to the 46-yard line was Colburn. Let's set that offensive line for Avon. The center, returning starter and a captain, Jack Fitch. Derek Weitzel and Dominic Grosso are the 2 guards. Grosso on the right with Weitzel on the left. Josh Kelly is the left tackle, and Caden Krugman is the right tackle. So they've got some returnees on that offensive line, and any coach will tell you, whether it's Mike Elder, the head coach of Avon, or anybody in the state of Ohio, it all starts up front. 2nd down and 8 with the ball at the 45-yard line of the Eagles. Sikora out of the pistol, gets the snap, hands off Colburn, and it's tough going. Colburn to about the 47-yard line. We'll set up 3rd down for Avon. Here's the Ignatius defense. They play a 4-2-5. The down tackles are Matthias McCulloch and Josh Hansen. The defensive ends, David Hughes and James Conrad. 2 linebackers, Gavin Foss and Nick Chime. Cornerback, C.J. McClellan and Logan Drummond. Logan Drummond wears number 0. I like that. That's a pretty unique number.
Some grit to it,
Yeah. Joey Granzier, Anthony Angelhadi, and Mike Vallada are the safeties. 3rd down and 5 for Avon at their own 47. Sikora looks over the middle. He's got a receiver. It's complete to Jordanic. Got to the Ignatius 40 before he stood up. But Jordanic, with some yards after the catch, moves the chains for Avon. As Jordanic was hit at the 40, dropped at the 39. So Avon on the move as we're about to hit the 3-minute mark here in the first quarter of play. Again, Avon and Ignatius opening things up on a Thursday night. And then WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page busy tomorrow. Norwayne at Keystone, Strongsville at Avon Lake, Walsh Jesuit at Highland. It comes your way tomorrow night, as now we've got whistles and a timeout taken by St. Ignatius. So Tom Kaufman wants to make sure his defense is aligned correctly. Avon's on the move. 1st down and 10. They have it at the Ignatius 39-yard line. No score here in downtown Cleveland, and we will take a timeout on the WEOL Gridiron Clash, live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Welcome back as Avon has it. 1st down and 10. They are at the St. Ignatius 39-yard line. Season opener here at Huntington Bank Field, home of the Cleveland Browns. As, of course, they're home Saturday afternoon to the Buffalo Bills. Here's Trevor Sikora rolling to the right. Quick flip, complete. That's the tight end, Jack Goldian, as he got dropped at the 30-yard line. Ball came free, but Goldian was down. Of course, the Browns and Bills had a workout today, joint workout. Josh Allen fired an 80-yard touchdown pass to Dalton Kincaid.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, the word is Josh Allen will not be on this field on Saturday afternoon. They're going to hold him out.
You wouldn't think so, yeah.
Although he did play in the Bills' preseason opener against Carolina, which I was surprised because he did not play one down last year for the Bills in their preseason. But new coach, Joe Brady said, yeah, let's get him some work.
No one better question your fanhood ever again. I'll say that much.
Please don't. Play action. Sikora has some time, lofts it down the left side, and he overshot Caden Bennett. Boy, that ball was a high floater. Bennett tried to run under it at about the 5-yard line. Couldn't quite catch up. And that'll set up a 3rd and 1. Oh, as a former QB, I love that call. You know, 3rd and 1. Let's take our shot.
Why not? Good coverage in the back end for Ignatius. Give them credit.
Absolutely. So it'll be 3rd and 1. You know, as Jared got us lost in downtown Cleveland getting to the stadium tonight, we were just driving around haphazardly. I was thinking I did the very last game of 2025 for WEOL.com and the CT YouTube channel, and now I'm honored to do the very first game here in 2026. Thanks for having me. Inside handoff, that's Dean Andrus. We mentioned there'll be a lot of folks in there for Avon tonight in that backfield, but Andrus, he didn't get there. He got slammed right at the line of scrimmage at the 30-yard line. He may have lost a few inches. And so now we saw Ignatius go for it twice on their opening drive on 4th and 1. Here's Avon 4th and 1, and they're going for it. Sikora under center. And hold everything. We've got another timeout taken by St. Ignatius. We'll keep it right here with the 4th and 1 at the 30-yard line. 1:13 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Ignatius put together a beautiful drive on their opening possession, but on 4th and 1 at the Avon 19, Avon stuffed it. Avon got the ball, and they have proceeded to march down the field, but now they're facing a 4th and 1 at the 30-yard line of the Wildcats. No score in the football game. But speaking of Jared just getting us totally lost in downtown Cleveland, I mean, he got us into more traffic jams. The flock cameras are definitely going to pick up all the illegal turns that he made. No left turn, there goes Jared. No U-turn, there goes Kozar. I mean, my goodness, thank goodness he was driving the Chronicle Telegram's company car, because they're gonna be tracking it, going, who was driving that night? Jared will blame Rocco. He'll say, oh, well, Rocco was behind the wheel, and then it's going to all come to you, buddy.
In fairness, my phone was the culprit with the Google Maps not quite being as friendly toward us as I would have hoped. But, yeah, no, I'm sure there could be some interesting conversations held at the CT tomorrow.
I mean, at one point, I thought we were heading to Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. I really did. We're just circling and circling. I thought we're getting right back on 90.
Well, there was no wagons to circle, so.
So here we go. 4th down and 1 for Avon, and now we've got some.
They jumped.
Yes, confusion and mayhem in the line, and it was indeed Ignatius that jumped off. Trevor Sikora, nice job of staggering that snap count, and that's a free 1st down for the Eagles. So they got Ignatius to jump. It's our first penalty of the ball game, and boy, that's a big one.
Yeah, that was David Hughes, number 7, the senior, 6'3", 248. That's not a mistake you want from your senior if you're head coach Tom Coffin, and maybe a costly one for Ignatius.
So fresh set of downs for Avon. They have it at the 25-yard line of the Wildcats. 1st down and 10. Sikora is under center. Pitch left goes to Colburn. Colburn looking for a block. Got it. Bounces outside to the 15 and ridden down at about the 14-yard line. That'll move the chains. They will spot it at the 15, but that's enough for an Eagle 1st down. And once again, one of our teams is in the red zone. This time it's Avon, and the trip to the red zone brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance. They're on Cleveland Street in Elyria. So Avon with a 1st down and 10. They're at the Ignatius 15-yard line. Just a couple of ticks over 1 minute to go here in the first quarter of play. Scoreless game. Each team has had it once. Avon quarterback Trevor Sikora. Misdirection play. Gives it to Colburn. Tries to bounce outside. Cuts back inside and driven down at about the 13-yard line. It'll make it 2nd down and 8. All I want to ask is, can I please drive when we're going back? I'd like to get home by midnight at least.
What's company policy on that one, Jared?
I'm not allowed to drive the company car.
That wasn't a nod of confirmation, I don't think.
Well, I'll just let Bill Hudnut know that it was Jared driving. When all those flock camera citations come in, it was Kozar.
Tells me he's already aware.
2nd down play. Avon threatening. Looking to the end zone. It's a jump ball, and it's intercepted by Ignatius. And they're going to run it out of the end zone. And out to the 10-yard line is Anthony Angelhante, the 6'2 senior, as Sikora lofted that one. And his receiver, I believe, was Caden Bennett, was double-teamed in that end zone. He threw it into double coverage. It was a jump ball, and it was Angelhante that went up there and took it. He elected to run it out. I think they'll look at that at film tomorrow. Well, now, see, that's how old I am, Rocco. It'll be video. They don't roll the projector anymore. But they'll look at that and say,
you still call it film.
Great play, Anthony, but just take the knee right there. But turnover for Avon in the red zone. So we're still scoreless with 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. And now Jacob Mikan is in at quarterback. So Ignatius had indicated they would alternate their QBs, and Mikan, the 6'2 junior, is in at quarterback. Quick handoff. Out to about the 10-yard line is JT Hummer, and that will end the first quarter of play. We are scoreless. Avon, St. Ignatius, no score at Huntington Bank Field here at Cleveland Browns Stadium. St. Ignatius with the ball deep in their own territory. When we come back to start the second quarter in the WEOL Gridiron Clash, it's live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Industries are changing quickly, and this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love. In healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
We switch ends. It was a long walk as Ignatius has it at their own 10-yard line under a rush. Micken from the goal line throws, and it's bobbled and caught and out to the 20 and spun down at about the 22-yard line. Billy Cole. Boy, that's a nice job by Jacob Micken, the 6'2 junior, as he was under a rush, and he somehow managed to fling that ball to Cole on the near sideline. Cole bobbled it, but good concentration and focus by Cole to hang on to it and move the chains, and now some breathing room for Ignatius. Wildcats now going left to right here at Huntington Bank Field. First down and 10. Again, Jacob Micken is the quarterback, 6'2 junior. We saw Dane Donovan on the first series for the Wildcats. Micken, quick hitter to the left, and that one's dropped by Billy Cole. Well, of course, over many, many years, I had the pleasure of calling games on WEOL with our good buddy, Lucky Tom Evans. Well, he says he's watching, sitting by the pool right now.
Boy.
Really? Come on now. That's why he's lucky.
Rubbing it in. He's sitting better than Jared was a couple of minutes ago.
Well, I'm standing next to Rocco, and there's Jared.
Oh.
That's lucky. That's real lucky.
Jared, we both got dinged on that one. That was just
second down and 10. Ignatius at the 23-yard line. No score in this ball game. Early second quarter. Quick fire to the right. Haddad spinning at the 25. Spun out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Over there for Avon, making the stop was Jackson Palmer. Or excuse me, Trey Haddad. So ball spotted right at the 30 will set up third down and 3. Big play here for Avon.
See why Haddad's going to Texas A&M. He's got some wiggle, little juice to his game. It's a nice play.
2 receivers to the right. They're bunched up. That's the short side of the field. 2 wide to the left, the wide side of the field on 3rd and 3. Micken awaits the snap. Looks, throws, complete, driven out at the 34-yard line, but picking up the first down, Billy Cole.
Jacob Micken's pass complete to Billy Cole.
Nice defensive job by Alec Ferreira, senior linebacker for Avon, but not before Ignatius again moves the sticks. Sticking to that short pass game as Micken has to get rid of that ball quickly. Avon has been thundering in on the pass rush.
Just a nice little out route beating man coverage right there.
Tell you what, though, Avon's got some horses up front. There's some big kids. Wow. Weitzel goes 295. Quick flick to the right as Micken found Cole, but that barely moves the chains, and now they're going to say Cole wasn't even in bounds. So it'll be second down and 10. Hey, don't forget, coming up at the half, our Lorain County Community College halftime show brought to you by LCCC. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at Lorain County Community College.
Dane Donovan back in for Micken during that last timeout.
Well, Donovan has checked in. And you often hear that debate or conversation as to how challenging that is to have 2 different quarterbacks, not have that one guy. Donovan, he's going to keep it. Donovan fighting his way to about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Thought Peters may have got him by the face mask.
I thought that too.
Yeah, it looked like Donovan's head kind of snapped a little bit, but Peters, if he felt that mask, he got his fingers out of there pretty quickly. So it sets up a 3rd and 5 for St. Ignatius. They're at their own 39-yard line. No score. 10:20 to go first half here at Huntington Bank Field. So Dane Donovan still in. Dane Donovan, one of the captains for St. Ignatius. In the Wildcats under a new regime. Tom Kaufman, first-year head coach. Donovan fakes the handoff, rolling left, has nowhere to go, tries to spin. Down he goes at the 37-yard line. Nolan Robke, returning starter for Avon. Boy, he corralled Dane Donovan and then just bear hugged him and threw him down. So a loss on the play, and we'll have our first punt to the ball game.
Starting to think we might not see one of those here tonight, the way these offenses were moving.
So Ignatius forced the turnover when Avon was in the red zone, and they were able to get a couple of first downs and get themselves out of trouble. But now they'll be forced to give it back to the Eagles with 9:20 to go. Clock running here in the second quarter. High snap. Nice job to get it down by the St. Ignatius punter. And now they're going to say hold everything, as they're going to blow the play dead. So, boy, what a great job by the Ignatius punter. He really climbed the ladder. JT Hummer.
And all be for naught, though. There's a lot of movement from those Navy jerseys before that ball was snapped. And I'm not so sure everybody was set, or maybe just not in the right spot. Let's see. We'll pick it up.
Now they're going to wave off the flag.
Wow.
But you still have to re-kick it. So in the end, there's no penalty. They're just going to replay the down. And you can see Tom Kaufman, he's on the field going, hey, wait a minute here. How do you do that? Well, I don't know if he's going to get the answer he wants, but
He looks like he wants to be a part of this play with how far he's out there.
he is all the way out.
Get him a helmet.
To the 30-yard line, meaning where it is in the chalk or the paint 30-yard line. He was a long way out. Another high snap, and again Hummer went up to get it. Great job, end-over-end punt, and the fair catch is called for by Jordanic at the 30-yard line, or excuse me, by Caden Bennett. So Avon has it for the second time tonight. They had a great drive the first time, but then Trevor Sikora was picked off in the end zone, and he threw a desperation pass and threw it into double coverage. Eagles will start this drive at their own 28-yard line. No score, 9:11 to go here in quarter number 2. But I mentioned that I did the last game of 2025 when Avon won the state championship over Cincinnati Anderson, and now the first game in 2026. And in all seriousness, we do kid around, but I do want to thank you and Jared and Zach and everybody involved for having me in. You know, I love high school football.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the Cavs schedule has been released. I'm fired up and ready to go, but I love high school football. Pass tipped as Sikora on first down was looking over the middle. And luckily for Sikora, that ball fluttered harmlessly incomplete. Although usually I say I love being in a high school football field, high school football stadium, which I do. I mean, I love that. So, you know, Jared, hint, hint, if there's a couple Fridays coming up at a high school football field. But this is cool for these kids. What a great experience.
There's a couple of news clippings of you in the location I'll be at tomorrow out in LaGrange. Keystone Wildcats got some love for Mr. Alcorn in that box.
Yeah. You know, I asked Jared once if he could get me a framed, copy of that. Yeah. Nope, that never happened. Here's Michael Colburn. He comes right up the middle. Said, hey, Jared, you know, I'm sure there's a plate of that somewhere, because it's a pretty cool thing, and it's in the Keystone press box.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, Pop, I'll get that for you. Oh, yeah. See, now I'm entering my 8th year as the voice of the Cavaliers. Yeah, 8 years. Yeah, I'll get that to you.
Well, perhaps some compliments of Mr. Kozar's driving.
Yeah, that thing was printed off the old roller, and I'm still waiting for it from Jared, you know.
Me and Ed Betzel could probably get on that next week, I'm sure.
Quicker than Jared did, I'll tell you that. 3rd down and 6. Avon at their own 32-yard line. Sikora looks, throws, and it's complete to the 39. Yes, Caden Bennett did hold on to it. I thought the official may be indicating an incomplete pass, but he's saying, nope, that's a first down. Drummond made the stop, but nice catch. And that was a real laser beam there from Sikora. He put that on the line.
He needed it. He had 3 straight incompletions, well, including that interception in the end zone.
So the Eagles at their own 40. Well, this has been a quick-moving first half. We're under 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter of play. Sikora under center. Everybody with a look over at the Avon bench. Still plenty of time. 7 on the play clock. Trust me, at one point tonight, I will say shot clock. I know I will. I apologize ahead of time. Hand off Colburn. Colburn, boy, what a battering ram right there as he just pounded his way to about the 44-yard line. He took some good shots. And Michael Colburn got close to the 45. We'll set up second down and about 5. Boy, you think of the great running backs that Avon has had. They're known, of course, for quarterbacks and wide receivers, but going all the way back to Ross Douglas and Jared Choate. I mean, they have had some guys that could tote that pigskin in the backfield.
I know Jacorian Caffey, probably one of the better ones that I've seen in my time at WEOL. Just transferred, I believe, to Kent, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
There's a bobble, but the ball held onto by Sikora. He's going to take off, and now he thinks the wiser of it and steps out of bounds into the Eagle bench at about the 47-yard line. Yeah, that looked to be a misdirection play, and the exchange between Sikora and Gavin Kohler got botched, and Sikora said, well, I better just run with this football. Then there were about 3 Wildcats closing in on him. Said, step out of bounds and let's try it again on 3rd and 3.
He'll learn quickly to make the smart play this season, I think.
Well, he's running towards the Avon bench, and I'm sure he's hearing, get out, get out, get out. 3 receivers to the right. Sikora will throw to the right. Little bubble play, and now up the middle. All sorts of room. 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Finn Jordanic takes it 53 yards. And Avon, not only with the first points of the night, but the first 6 points of the season, lead it 6-zip, 6:47 to go here in the first half of play. Boy, that was a bubble screen, and Finn Jordanic with a beautiful move. He took it right up the middle, and then it just opened up. And a touchdown for Avon gives them a 6-0 lead. And, of course, all the touchdowns this year brought to you by Mike Bass Ford. You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford. Jude Tebert with the extra point that's up and good, 7-0. Avon with the first points in the ball game, 53 yards. Sikora to Jordanic. And we'll come back and see if the St. Ignatius Wildcats can answer after this on the WEOL Gridiron Clash, live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube page.
Experience the convenience of buying from Mike Bass Ford, just a short drive from anywhere.
I work and fly out of Hopkins every week. It only takes me 27 minutes to get to Mike Bass Ford. I'm downtown and I'm only 25 minutes from Mike Bass Ford.
I'm in Sandusky and I'm only 30 minutes away from Mike Bass Ford.
All roads lead to Mike Bass Ford. I-90 at Detroit, exit 148.
You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford.
Football season is here, and North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco is your football tailgate party headquarters. Located at the corner of Barton and Center Ridge Roads in North Ridgeville, they have everything you need for your next football gathering, including wings, tenders, JoJo's, and more. Grab a fresh-made hot or cold sandwich, and don't forget, Becker's Donuts are available every day. North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco is open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Good luck to all our area high school football teams this season, and we'll see you at North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco.
Avon with a 7-0 lead. They lead St. Ignatius with 6:47 to go. First half here at Huntington Bank Field as the Eagles will kick off. And again, all kickoffs all season long on WEOL, brought to you by EcoTree Services, your trusted tree care company. Bouncing kick scooped up at about the 10-yard line, and for Ignatius out to about the 20-yard line, and dropped right there was Trey Haddad.
Trey Haddad on the return.
So let's see if Ignatius can respond after the 53-yard touchdown pass from Trevor Sikora to Finn Jordanic. As well, the Avon defense will try to get a quick stop and get that ball right back in the hands of the Eagle offense. Well, we've got another viewer out there. I want to say hello. We all know him well. Our buddy Chad Whitaker.
Oh, yeah.
Service guy at Nick Abraham Elyria Ford. Great friend. He's been around a long time. Well, Chad, you're not that old. You know what I'm saying. But, well, he has been around a long time. Donovan looks, throws over the middle, separated from the football. Oh, my goodness. Getting upended on that play for Ignatius was Charlie Blasco, the tight end. Wow, he ended up doing a complete flip, and now Blasco, after trying to walk back to the huddle, goes down. He is on his back at the 28-yard line. Boy, he got completely upended.
Yeah, Cody Canning, number 20, he's still hopping around over here on the near sideline, and for good reason, Tim. Man, that is up there for hit of the season thus far. My goodness. Wow.
Rocco, we've played a quarter and a half.
That's going to hold. That's going to hold for a while, I think. I realized halfway through that would be the man.
So, again, they're taking a look at Charlie Blasco, 6'3", 217-pound senior tight end. And, again, that's the danger of that pass over the middle. If the secondary is converging, that receiver is a sitting target, and that's exactly what Blasco was right there. One of the Ignatius captains. He's a two-time letter winner, so he's certainly a veteran of this St. Ignatius program. Avon up 7-0, 6:34 to go, first half of play. Again, at the half, we'll have our Lorain County Community College halftime show, brought to you by LCCC. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at LCC. As Blasco, albeit very gingerly and with some aid, is now walking over towards the St. Ignatius sideline, which is the far sideline. Speaking of LCC, I had a chance a week ago Monday, maybe a couple of Mondays ago. I apologize, but I was at the Jack Nicklaus outing over at Elyria Country Club for the LCC Foundation. Just an extraordinary event. Thanks to everybody that made their way over and significantly had an impact on future lives for students that will attend LCC. Scholarship money generated out of that golf outing. Back to action we go. Quick flip to the right, breaking tackles, and out to the 25-yard line for St. Ignatius. Boy, some nifty moves right there, as on the reception for the Wildcats was Tyler McMillan. So McMillan did a nice job of moving his feet right there. Got to the 25-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 5. But just a great day at Elyria Country Club, and proud to be on the committee, the golf committee for the LCC Foundation. Third down play. Again, it's Dane Donovan, the Ignatius quarterback, with the ball at the right hash mark. Donovan, as the pocket collapses, now he's going to take off, eludes a tackle, bounces out over the 30, jumps forward to the 34-yard line, and picks up a first down. Nice job, Dane Donovan. And I think we see why he's at quarterback a little more than Mick and Donovan can run with that football.
He's gutsy too, isn't he? I mean, he sticks his head in there. We haven't seen him slide once. I mean, he is always shoulder first, trying to get a couple more yards. I've been impressed with him.
First down and 10 for Ignatius, trailing 7-0. Avon on top, the only score in the ball game, a touchdown earlier this quarter. Sikora to Jordanic from 53 yards out. And now we've got in a legal procedure call against Ignatius. Rocco, normally opening night football, you see a lot of flags. That tells you the quality of the programs that we're watching tonight. It's opening night. There's a lot of newcomers out there, and yet they are so well coached. We've had 2 flags the whole game.
For 10 yards.
Right. And Avon has yet to be penalized. So Donovan now on 2nd down and long. He's going to step up. He's going to look deep. He's going to hang it deep. There's a fight for the football, and it's incomplete.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what, tangled up on that play for St. Ignatius was Jake Lemarand. Back in coverage, Nathan Peters for Avon. Tell you what, I just thought that was a good battle between two.
I think so.
Two guys going for the football.
You saw both sets of arms and hands kind of jostling, fighting for the position. I think people forget the defender has a right to the ball too. So I'm with you, Tim. I thought that was pretty clean on the back end there.
Yep.
Maybe not squeaky clean, but clean enough.
Good no call. Makes it 3rd down, or excuse me, 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15, and there's a pass that's intercepted. They tried a little floater over the middle, picked off by Avon. Immediately dropped after making the interception for the Eagles was, I believe, Jackson Palmer. Palmer had the pick. He's dropped at about the 22-yard line. Oh, Eaton, excuse me. So Ryan Eaton with that interception. Ryan Eaton, linebacker junior, makes the pick, and Avon suddenly with a great opportunity as Eaton read it beautifully. And now the Eagles have it at the St. Ignatius 21-yard line. Boy, big play for Ryan Eaton. And here come the Eagles on offense. At the 21 of St. Ignatius, Avon looking to add to a 7-0 lead. 4:51 to go first half. Well, we saw Avon with the big turnover in the Ignatius red zone. But Ignatius returns the favor here with the turnover deep in their own territory. And they have handed a scoring opportunity to Avon on a silver platter.
That's what doomed them last year was turnovers. That's a costly one here.
1st and 10, Avon at the Ignatius 21-yard line. Handoff inside, fighting is Colburn, and he's fighting for not a lot of yardage. He got to about the 20-yard line. It'll make it 2nd down and 9 as we're down to 4:35 to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. Avon looking to add to a 7-0 lead. Eagles going right to left. 5 receivers set. Sikora is alone in the backfield. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Sikora out of the pistol, throws it left side, complete to Bennett. Bennett with a crease to the 10, to the 5, and Gang tackled just outside the 5-yard line. In fact, he never went down. He had about 3 or 4 Ignatius Wildcats hanging on to him, and they finally just blew the whistle. And now the Eagles again are in the red zone, and the trip to the red zone brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance. They're on Cleveland Street in Elyria. One of the gang at Stewart's who have been on WEOL high school sports for decades. Great to hear them and see them back on the log again, as we call it. Ed Stewart and the whole family, great supporters of the community. 1st and goal, Avon. Sikora, plenty of time, looking to the end zone, throwing. It's incomplete, but there's going to be a flag down. Yeah, he was trying to get that one in to Eaton, and the flag will be called on Ignatius. Interference in the end zone. That defender was just draped all over the intended receiver. So that was a 1st down play at the 6. So now they'll put it at the 3-yard line. Still 1st down for Avon. So 1st and goal at the 3. 3:34 to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. Avon with a 7-0 lead. We had a scoreless 1st quarter. Avon with a touchdown here in the 2nd and looking for another. Here's the handoff. Colburn. He's got room. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Michael Colburn. Senior captain for Avon extends the Eagle lead to 13-0 with 3:29 to go here in the 1st quarter of play. And that's where that big Avon offensive line at the point of attack Rocco, they just pushed Ignatius back.
All you had to do was follow him, right? If you're Michael Colburn, and he's had some real tough, hard-nosed runs here tonight. That one made easy, like you said, Tim, by the big fellas up front. Steak dinner on him tonight, I think.
And, of course, when we've got touchdowns all year long on WEOL.com and the CT YouTube page, those touchdowns brought to you by Mike Bass Ford. You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford. Extra point up and good. Eagles now with a 14-0 lead. 3:29 to go first half. Avon on top of St. Ignatius at Huntington Bank Field. We're so glad you've dialed in to the WEOL Gridiron Clash. It's live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Don't replace your concrete, level it. A1 Concrete Leveling is your best choice. They are the only company that offers both grout and polyurethane leveling. Let them help determine the best choice for your job. A1 Concrete Leveling Cleveland West is family owned, and it's the first concrete leveling company in Lorain County. The Clapham family has been serving the area for over 30 years. Get ready for the season by giving us a call at 440-327-0101 or visit us online at a1concrete.com.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree services. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
So Avon now with a 14-0 lead. They'll kick it off. Line drive kick deflects off one of the up men at about the 30 and dropped at the 34-yard line. James Conrad for St. Ignatius. And again, the kickoffs on WEOL brought to you by EcoTree Services, your trusted tree care company. So now Ignatius, this is a huge drive for them. Huge possession, trailing 14-0. Boy, that momentum pendulum has definitely swung to the Avon side. And if it's a quick 3 and out for Ignatius and you give the ball back to what is now a fired up, rolling Avon team, that could spell doom. So here we go. Ignatius at their own 35, first down and 10. Avon with 2 touchdowns here in the second with a 14-0 lead. Micken back in the ball game. Quick flip to the left and down the left sideline with room before being run out of bounds for the Wildcats. And I believe that was Brandon Paul. It was. And Paul running right down the sideline in front of the Wildcat bench brings it to the 40-yard line of Avon. First down and 10. No huddle for Ignatius. They have it at the 40, and Mike Elder says, hey, we're going to get a quick timeout and settle our defense. So with a timeout taken by the Eagles, we'll take a break. 3:17 to go. First half, Avon up 14-0 over St. Ignatius in the WEOL Gridiron Clash. It's live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step. And they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
3:17 to go first half. St. Ignatius trailing 14-0, but the Wildcats have it at the Eagle 40-yard line. 3 receivers bunched up wide side of the field, which is also the short side of the field, to the left, with a single receiver to the right. Quick pitch to the left and spun out at about the 35-yard line. Brandon Paul will make it second down and about 5 at the 35-yard line. Again, no huddle for St. Ignatius. Puts the Eagle defense in a bind somewhat. It's tough to get those subs in and out. High snap. Micken gets it down, though. Throws left side. That time it's Billy Cole. And Cole managed to get close to the 30-yard line. See where they spot that football. He went out right in front of the Ignatius bench. About a half-yard shy of the 30, so that'll make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Micken will operate out of that pistol. Those 3 receivers are almost lined up in an I formation as they pitch it left. Cole makes the catch, scampers inside the 30. So in essence, you've got a stacked I to the left, and they're just hitting the deep back in the stacked I, even though they're wide receivers.
Well, and it's just a numbers game, Tim. Avon's only trotting 2 out over there. So if you're Ignatius, you figure, okay, we got 3 over here, 2 blockers, 2 defenders. That equals room to run, and why change it if it's working? And here you go again.
Yep, same exact formation. Not quite the stacked I. It's more of a power I, if you remember that formation from football. They look left. Now Micken's going to keep it. Steps up. Throws. Deflected and incomplete. Boy, he was looking down the middle for Jack Favret. And a ball deflected off his hands. Went floating near the goal line, but there wasn't an Avon defender that could corral it. And that'll set up a 2nd down and 10 at the 28-yard line. We're under 3 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Again, at the intermission, our Lorain County Community College halftime show. Brought to you by LCCC. Micken in that pistol. Micken's towel had come free. Throws that away. And now coming on a handoff is Cole. Cole had lined up. I'll get this out. Maybe this is preseason for me. Had lined up wide left and got the handoff coming right and worked his way inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's a 1st down for Ignatius, and they're also in the red zone. And again, another trip to the red zone. It's brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance on Cleveland Street in Elyria. Cavs preseason, by the way, will open up against the Celtics.
There you go.
At Rocket Arena. I'll be back in the Joe Tate perch. Looking forward to that.
Quick offseason, huh?
Pardon me?
Quick offseason.
It does. It flies by. There's the handoff to Cole. Cole left side, and he got buried. Coming up, Sean White for Avon to make that stop. And we are down to 2 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Avon up 14-0. St. Ignatius trying to cut into that Avon lead. But yeah, it does go very, very quickly.
Well, and they play later into the year as well, now with them making their deep postseason runs. So that cuts into the offseason as well.
2nd down play. Oh, hello, 4th down, 4th and 1, 4th and less than a yard. Inside handoff and with room, and scampering to the end zone is Billy Cole. Touchdown Ignatius as they answer back, responding late in the 2nd quarter of play. Billy Cole with the touchdown run to make it a 14-6 ball game. Boy, he had the slightest of creases to work himself through, but then once he got there, he had nothing but grass in front of him.
I thought he was close on a couple of runs earlier in the game, Tim, with kind of a similar situation to, like you were saying, a slight crease to try to hit. Avon had done enough to contain him earlier, but not there. Impressive run.
And now Ignatius sends 5 guys out wide left. They direct snap to Donovan as flags are flying. Donovan just got manhandled back at the 10-yard line. And again, that's an odd extra point formation. You'll see it once in a while where teams will send a group of guys out wide to the left. They had 4 guys wide to the right, and simply the long snapper and Donovan, they snapped it directly to Donovan, and he just got snowballed. So it remains a 14-6 ball game with a minute and a half to go here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see what the flag is.
Yeah, that may not have counted anyway.
So the penalty is declined. If you could pick it up on the mic, it was an illegal procedure call against Ignatius. Avon with the option to decline that penalty, which of course they do because they absolutely crushed Donovan after he got that snap. And so now the 5 yards will be assessed on the kickoff. But a touchdown for Ignatius, and the touchdown brought to you by Mike Bass Ford. You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford. So now we'll have the kickoff from St. Ignatius. And, of course, all kickoffs on WEOL brought to you by Eco Tree Services, your trusted tree care company. Now, I know Mickey and everybody over at Eco Tree, they're hoping for high-scoring games this year, get a lot of kickoffs. Well, same for my friends over at Mike Bass Ford. Mickey Mann and Jason and everybody over at Mike Bass Ford, they're saying score a lot of touchdowns. Gives them more mentions.
Now, what about Stewart's? They're the red zone,
Red
right?
zone,
So you don't need the explosive quick hitters. They need the longer, prolonged drives to get to the red zone, Tim.
Right.
And then we can have our touchdowns and kickoffs. Come on.
Good work, Rocco. Jared taught you well. There you go.
Enough time at EOL. I've picked up a thing or two. Maybe.
Well, there's a high end-over-end kick, and it goes into the end zone, and so Avon will have it at the 20-yard line. 14-6 ball game with a minute and a half to go here in the second quarter of play. All the scoring has been here in quarter number 2. We had a scoreless first quarter. Avon got on the board with 6:47 to go in the first half as Jordanic hauled in a 53-yard touchdown pass from Avon quarterback Trevor Sikora. Then later on in the quarter, 3:29 to go in the second, it was Avon running back Michael Colburn who burst in from 3 yards out to make it a 14-0 game. Ignatius has answered as a nice touchdown run for the Wildcats by Billy Cole. Made it 14-6. So let's see what Mike Elder elects to do here. He's got 90 seconds. Ball is at the 20-yard line. First down and 10. Eagles going right to left. Sikora throws to the left. Boy, that was a dangerous pass, but it's caught at the 25 and ridden down Jackson Palmer as got whistles blowing. Boy, that was a floater. Boy, if that ball had hung up there for about another second, that could have been a pick six. But a nice job by Palmer. Again, one of the Avon captains to bring it in and take the hit. Pick up a 5, makes it second down and 5. And now Sikora under a rush, and he'll throw it to the right, and they're calling it an incomplete pass. Boy, he was under a heavy rush from James Conrad. Conrad, senior defensive end. And Ignatius is saying, hey, that should be an intentional grounding.
That's exactly what Coach Kaufman's palms to the sky over there. And he was running onto the field with the official adamant that was grounding. They're talking about it.
And now we're going to have a conversation in the backfield.
There it is.
And now the flag will fly. I think that Tom Kaufman made that call more than the officials did. So that will be the intentional grounding. So that's a loss of down, and it's from the spot of the foul. And Sikora was deep in the backfield as he was trying to escape pressure. And all of a sudden, Avon has put themselves in a dangerous spot because with the loss of down, it is third and about a mile.
Look who's lurking behind the offense. It's the St. Ignatius student section.
So it's third down and 22 with the ball at the 8-yard line. And now Mike Elder says, hey, let's talk about this. I don't think he wants to throw it right here. So a timeout taken by Avon. We'll take a break with 58 seconds to go in the half. Eagles at their own 8 facing a third and 22. They're up over Ignatius, though, 14-6. In the WEOL Gridiron Clash. It's live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube page.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
So Mike Elder talking things over with quarterback Trevor Sikora on a 3rd and 22. And there indeed is the handoff. Colburn with room to the 20. And down he goes at the 20-yard line. Boy, the shifty Michael Colburn was trying to break that one outside. He got dropped to the 20-yard line. But it buys Avon some room to work with as far as the punt is concerned. Also forces Ignatius to take a timeout. I'm trying to see here at Huntington Bank Field where the timeout indicators are. I believe that was their third.
So it's just to the right of the white numbers. You see Avon's got one little sliver of yellow next to the 4.
Oh, there we go.
See?
I'll have to talk to Andrew Siciliano about this.
There you go, Sprague. It's a good shot. Scoreboard shot brought to you by nobody. All right.
Jared will get to work on that. Of course, Zach Sprague, a Midview guy.
Yeah, there you
up
go.
Here in the box. Proud Midview Midi out of Lorain County Community College under the tutelage of Ron Yantz. We cover all the bases up here. You know, there's a lot of Midview Middies.
Oh, boy.
No, I'm being serious. In the broadcast media field, they're littered out there. Ron Yantz. I work with a young lady with the Cavaliers, Stacy Knox. She's the road engineer, so when the visiting team comes in, she handles road radio. Stacy Knox is in media. Several others made their way into the media field out of Midview.
See, that's great inspiration for those like Sprague who are aspiring to be more well-versed in that field.
Well, Avon waited until the very last second to get out on the field. And now Sikora will get the punt away. And again, the quarterback does the punting. It bounces at the 45 to the 50, and in front of the Ignatius bench, it will roll out at the 48-yard line. So let's see what Ignatius elects to do here. 43 seconds, somewhat of a short field, as they will take over at their own 48-yard line. Avon up 14-6. Again at the half from our Lorain County Community College halftime show. Rocco will make all the major decisions as to what's coming your way during that Lorain County Community College halftime show.
I was told that was Jared's time to shine.
Oh, Jared. Well, we do know one thing. Jared doesn't have the grease board tonight with all the scores.
That's right.
That is just nothing but a grease board full of smudge by the end of the night, and then he expects me to read off all the scores. First down and 10, Ignatius with Donovan at quarterback. And now to the 50, to the 45, down to the 40 of Avon. Picks up the first down. Keep in mind, clock stops in high school football until those chains get moved. So now they'll roll it. 33 seconds to go. Ignatius at the Eagle 40-yard line. Donovan with time in the pocket. Pump fakes. Now he's going to take off to the 35, spinning to the 31, to the 30. Got the first down. Wow. Falls forward to the 28. And this time, again, Ignatius will move the chains. We're down to 16 seconds, and now they'll roll it. And Donovan with the spike of the football with 13 seconds to go in the half. So Dane Donovan, the good news for Wildcat fans, he's picked up some yardage on the 2 runs. The bad news is they're out of timeouts.
Well, and Tim, that's why him getting that first down was so crucial. He had a moment where he could have just tucked that out of bounds and just, live to fight another down. But he put his head down, and he needed to get that first down to stop the clock. Otherwise, they may not have gotten another snap off here.
So with 13 seconds to go, Ignatius is at the Avon 28. Donovan plucks the high snap, throws, and it's deflected and knocked down at the 10-yard line.
Donovan's pass intended for Charlie Glasgow. Knocked down on the play by Ryan Eaton.
Ryan Eaton knocked that ball down for Avon. And of course, earlier in the ballgame, Ryan Eaton had a pick.
Yeah.
Well, now you would think Ignatius is going to just toss this one to the end zone. They've got 6 seconds.
Just gave them 2 more, I think.
They reset it.
Heard. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
they put 8. They put 8 on the board. It's 3rd and 10. That doesn't matter much at all. Well, now will we have a field goal attempt?
That's what it looks like.
So now Avon says, all right, hold on. We want to get coordinated here on the special team side. So Ignatius had brought their field goal unit on. It would be a 45-yard field goal attempt. And you can hear those whistles blowing down there. Guys in the striped shirts have seen something they do not like at all.
We got both coaching staffs out there.
Now, I'm not sure what the officials, I mean, they must have tooted that whistle a half dozen times. But it looks as though Ignatius will attempt a 45-yard field goal. Again, the flags on both goalposts relatively still. So I don't think the wind will be much of a factor.
Griffin Roberts looks like they trotted out to do the kicking with Donovan doing the holding.
Now the ball is at the NFL left hash mark. Keep in mind, if they had put down high school hash marks, they would have been further out. But the ball is actually on the NFL 28-yard line on that left hash mark. And Rocco, as you said, Griffin Roberts, 5'11 senior, with Dane Donovan holding. Donovan kneeling down at the 35. Now, keep in mind, Donovan does play quarterback, so if Tom Kaufman decides he wants to try some real trickery here, well, it looks like a straight field goal attempt. Good snap, good hold. Kick is blocked by the Eagles. As roaring in to get the block for Avon was Jarrell Fenton. And with 3 ticks on the clock, Avon, in all likelihood, will take the knee. But how about Fenton? Wow, he was shot out of a cannon as he just came roaring in to block that field goal.
One of the young men that stopped over for Media Day, Tim. Coach Elder, very, very high on that young man. Again, one of just 2 returning starters on the defensive end. He makes a huge special teams play there. And, boy, that's a nice little piece of momentum for Avon to carry into the locker room here, I think.
Boy, no doubt about that. And Fenton, another one of those D1 guys, D1 prospect for Avon. A lot of folks looking at him, 5'11 senior. And right now it will indeed be Sikora to take the knee. He actually dropped back a couple of steps just to make sure the clock ran out, and that will do it for the first half of play. So we head to the locker rooms here at Huntington Bank Field, the home of the Cleveland Browns here in downtown Cleveland. Avon with a 14-6 lead over St. Ignatius in the lid lifter for the 2026 high school football campaign across Northeast Ohio. And coming up, we'll have our Lorain County Community College halftime show brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enrolled today at LCCC. Avon with a 14-6 lead over St. Ignatius at the half. And you're listening to the WEOL Gridiron Clash. It's live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube page.
Industries are changing quickly, and this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
Don't replace your concrete, level it. A1 Concrete Leveling is your best choice. They are the only company that offers both grout and polyurethane leveling. Let them help determine the best choice for your job. A1 Concrete Leveling Cleveland West is family owned, and it's the first concrete leveling company in Lorain County. The Clapham family has been serving the area for over 30 years. Get ready for the season by giving us a call at 440-327-0101 or visit us online at a1concrete.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind. Football season is here, and North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco is your football tailgate party headquarters. Located at the corner of Barton and Center Ridge Roads in North Ridgeville, they have everything you need for your next football gathering, including wings, tenders, JoJo's, and more. Grab a fresh-made hot or cold sandwich, and don't forget, Becker's Donuts are available every day. North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco is open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Good luck to all our area high school football teams this season, and we'll see you at North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step, and they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today.
Welcome back to Huntington Bank Field, the home of the Cleveland Browns here in downtown Cleveland. Tim Elkhorn along with Rocco Nucci. And on the technical side, our good buddies Jared Kozar and Zach Sprague. It's the first game as far as the 2026 season is concerned. Avon taking on St. Ignatius here at Huntington Bank Field at the intermission. Avon with a 14-6 lead over the St. Ignatius Wildcats. And again, our halftime show being brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at Lorain County Community College. And again, huge thank you to all of the sponsors who have gotten on board this year for another sensational year of coverage on the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube page and WEOL.com all season long. Games presented by your North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads. Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57, and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College. Real education for good jobs. A1 Concrete Leveling, serving the area for over 30 years. Stewart's TV and Appliance, they're on Cleveland Street in Elyria. Mallard Creek Golf Club on Route 82 in Columbia Station. Mike Bass Ford, I-90 at Detroit, exit 148. A great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford. And by Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. And as I mentioned earlier, Rocco, going back to my time at WEOL, and certainly long before that, so many of these sponsors have been with WEOL and its coverage of high school sports for decades, and it truly shows the commitment that these businesses have made to supporting high school athletics and local schools and athletes and communities. And so when I read those names, it's so cool because so many of them were names that I read off when I did the games most every Friday night. North Ridgeville Convenience, Sunoco, Nick Abraham, LCC, Stewart Appliance, EcoTree, Mike Bass. So it's great to see them continuing their support of high school athletics. I think it's just tremendous.
No kidding. And I think what makes it even more special, Tim, is these are all, smaller, locally owned. Like, these are people in the Lorain County community, right, that are taking their time and money to invest into our product here on WEOL. And we've known post-COVID, I know we're past that now, but numbers dipped for a lot of folks, and sales dipped for a lot of folks, and a lot of companies and people went through some tough times and had to cut and tighten some budgets. And so for as many folks as we have on this year, I just think that speaks volumes to how passionate the Lorain County community and their businesses are about our local high school sports. And it's just such an honor to have as many season sponsors as we do this season, on top of some individual game sponsors as well. Just awesome.
And by the way, if you like what you're hearing and like what you're seeing on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page, still plenty of time to get on as far as sponsorship opportunities are concerned. And as we just said, you're supporting high school sports, you're supporting the athletes that are out on the field and the bands as they perform, everybody that's involved. So by all means, contact folks with the Chronicle Telegram, and they'll certainly get you all the information that you need if you want to get on board, because Rocco, after tonight, there's a full slate of high school football coming up.
Yeah, we are off and running tomorrow night. Again, if you missed it, 2 games on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel this season. We'll still do our patented 3 games, right, on WEOL each and every week, but 2 will be on video. The 2 tomorrow on video. I'll have one out in LaGrange. Game 1 of the Brian Fox era, Tim. How about that? Keystone welcoming in Norway. And those 2 had a heck of a basketball postseason battle this past winter. I don't know if you remember. You texted me after that one, actually. A heartbreaker for Jeff Holzhauer and the Cats there that night. I know maybe a sore spot bringing that up, but very excited to see that one. Walsh Jesuit in Highland. That's our Medina County matchup. Jared, I know you're souted along with Zach Sprague, Michael Keefe, Chad Meyer, the gang down there in Medina, as Highland welcomes in my alma mater, Walsh Jesuit. And then our audio-only game, WEOL.com. Stream 2 takes us out to Shoreman Country. Avon Lake welcomes in Strongsville, and what's turned into a really fun annual non-conference battle between those 2 to start the season. So, and of course the gauntlet after that, Tim, as you are well aware of, is how high school football season goes. So certainly looking forward to really kicking things off in full capacity tomorrow night, but really fun getting it started here tonight in downtown Cleveland, that's for sure.
I'm sorry, Rocco, and as you said, it is a gauntlet, but it's amazing that it goes so quickly. And yet as we sit here on a warm mid-August, late August night in downtown Cleveland, how it transitions to autumn, and then you get to the playoffs and it gets kind of cold, and then the last couple of years you've been fortunate enough to follow this Avon team all the way to a state final where you're bundled up like Eskimos as you go down to get ready for the ball game. So the transition from when the season starts to when it ends is always extraordinary for me, high school football wise, but it also shows just how nimble these guys are as far as the changing conditions to play on a beautiful night like tonight, and then you get into rains in September and October, and sometimes sleet and snow in November, and yet these guys are so adept, and their athletic ability really comes through.
That's what makes it such a special sport, regardless of level, Tim. Football is just incredible, especially when you bring the elements into it. I know the Browns kind of stepping away from those elements here in the coming years, right? But, man, high school football, there's nothing like it. When those leaves start to turn on the trees, you get those scenic backdrops like out of Black River, right, when you're looking out on that horizon. I mean, it is just a really special time as you get into the thick of high school football season. But you are absolutely right, Tim. I've had to wipe some sweat off my brow a couple times here tonight. That quickly stops becoming a thing once we get to the end of August into September, October, and so on and so forth. You're right. You're bundled up. You got the beanie hats on. Get ready. Get ready.
Hey, before we take the time out, when I was at WEOL, I loved the forecast. And let's talk about the return of the forecast.
Absolutely. So credit to Mike Rush, one of our fine writers for the Chronicle Telegram, does some good broadcasting with us as well on WEOL. He pestered the you-know-what out of me this summer, trying to get this forecast show back up and running. He wanted to be a part of it. He grew up listening to WEOL pretty passionately, so he really wanted to see that forecast show come back, and we did so last night live at the Chronicle Telegram. That, if you missed it, is still available. Now, we did mention this game tonight here a little bit, so some of that information competition, maybe throw that out the window at this point. But plenty of Friday night previews going on in there. We talked to a couple of coaches. Brian Morgan joined us. Rob Howells from Wellington joined us. Some other guys in there as well. Bill DiFucci for Vermillion. They got a 2-hour bus ride they're going on tomorrow night to open up their season, Tim. But we had a lot of fun conversation Mike and I did last night. It's an hour long. You can find it on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Also on the WEOL and CT Facebook pages. It's archived in the video or reels section of those respective pages. And we did it Wednesday night this week. We'll do it Thursday night in following weeks. Again, we'll do it live, Thursday night the rest of the season, but you can listen to that, up until kickoff on Friday night. Very excited to have the return of the forecast show this season.
That's very cool. I love doing that show. I love doing the forecast. I loved it all. Believe me, I miss high school sports. I really do. Don't get me wrong. I'm blessed. I have an extraordinary job with the Cavaliers, but those interactions with the high school coaches, the forecast show, doing the games, the Saturday morning wrap-up show, I really miss those because that's how you develop such close relationships with the coaches and everybody with the programs. And so great job bringing that forecast show back.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. 14-6, Avon leading St. Ignatius. We're at the half here at Huntington Bank Field in downtown Cleveland. When we come back, we'll tell you how we got to 14-6. We'll bring you a scoring recap. Rocco's got some stats, so all that and more after we take this time out on the Lorain County Community College halftime show, and it's part of the WEOL Gridiron Clash. It's live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
Industries are changing quickly, and this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love. In healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
Mike Bass Ford.
Experience the convenience of buying from Mike Bass Ford, just a short drive from anywhere.
I work and fly out of Hopkins every week. It only takes me 27 minutes to get to Mike Bass Ford. I'm downtown and I'm only 25 minutes from Mike Bass Ford.
I'm in Sandusky and I'm only 30 minutes away from Mike Bass Ford.
All roads lead to Mike Bass Ford. I-90 at Detroit, exit 148.
You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford.
Don't replace your concrete, level it. A1 Concrete Leveling is your best choice. They are the only company that offers both grout and polyurethane leveling. Let them help determine the best choice for your job. A1 Concrete Leveling Cleveland West is family owned, and it's the first concrete leveling company in Lorain County. The Clapham family has been serving the area for over 30 years. Get ready for the season by giving us a call at 440-327-0101 or visit us online at a1concrete.com.
14-6, Avon leading St. Ignatius at the half here at Huntington Bank Field. Tim Elkhorn along with Rocco Nucci. Great to have you with us on this Thursday night as the 2026 season gets underway. Want to remind you, our halftime show being brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at Lorain County Community College. Well, let's bring you our scoring recap. Again, 14-6, Avon leading St. Ignatius as both teams came out and put together nice drives on their first possessions of the night, but neither team could score, and we had a scoreless first quarter of play. But then in the second quarter of play, Avon got it rolling. Boy, it was a quick strike as Avon quarterback Trevor Sikora would hook up with Finn Jerdonic on a 53-yard bubble screen that Jerdonic then raced to the end zone. 6:47 to go, first half of play, and Avon had the first points of the ball game. They led it 7-0. Then St. Ignatius with a costly turnover deep in their own territory, and Avon was able to capitalize as with 3:29 to go in the first half, Michael Colburn burst in from 3 yards out to extend the Avon lead to 14-0. But give Ignatius credit. They came back. They rallied. And with just over a minute to go in the first half of play, facing a 4th down and 1 at the Avon 19-yard line, Ignatius would score as Billy Cole had a bit of a crease. They cracked through that and then took it all the way to the end zone to make it a 14-6 ball game Ignatius would go for 2. Again, a very unique alignment where they put 5 guys out wide left, 4 guys out wide right, and then they had the center just try a direct snap to Dane Donovan, and he just got snowed under. And so the 2-point conversion attempt was no good. And Avon had a 14-6 lead, and that's where we are at the intermission. Eagles up by a score of 14-6. As Rocco, I see you've been busy with that stat sheet. What do the numbers tell us, aside from the 14-6 score on the scoreboard?
Busy doing a lot of legwork there, Tim, but unofficially, like many things you said can happen here at WEOL, can be at times. Some stats here. We'll start with St. Ignatius. Dane Donovan ran the ball quite a bit in that first half. 8 carries for him, 52 yards on the ground for Dane Donovan. Teague Deinhardt, not much from him, just a pair of carries, 3 yards from him. Billy Cole actually doing a lot of legwork there in that first half. 4 carries for him, 35 yards, including the 19-yard scamper that you mentioned there, Tim. As far as passing goes, Donovan, he completed his first 4, but then 2 incompletions after, one of which actually was intercepted. So he's just 4 of 6 in that first half through the air, 30 yards for him. Jacob Mikan, he threw it 9 times, completed 6 of those for 57 yards. As far as receiving goes, a couple of different targets. Billy Cole, the primary man thus far, 6 receptions for him, 41 yards. Brandon Paul caught 2 passes for 30 yards. Trey Haddad, interesting here, just the 1 catch for 7 yards, Tim. He's a Texas A&M commit, one of the D1 guys that this Ignatius offense boasts. He's been quiet tonight. Credit the Avon defensive coordinator, Coach Giacchetti, really keeping him in check tonight. Charlie Blasco, 1 catch, 5 yards for him. Ty McMillan, a catch for 5 yards as well. On the Avon Eagle side of the coin, Trevor Sikora, not as much running for him, just 1 carry, 2 yards for Sikora. Michael Colburn, 10 yards, 43 yards, and a touchdown for him. He ran hard in that first half. Dean Andrus, a carry, didn't go anywhere. Finn Jordanek ran it once on a jet sweep for 14 yards. Through the air, Sikora, he threw it 10 times, completed 7 of those, 1 interception in there. 93 yards, including the 53-yard strike to Jordanek. Jordanek, 2 catches, 65 yards, and the touchdown. Caden Bennett, 3 catches, 33 yards. And Jack Goldie and Jackson Palmer with 1 reception each, 9 and 6 yards, respectively. There's some unofficial stats here at the break.
Well, good job on the numbers. Rocco keeping track of the stats, and of course, as they always say, the biggest numbers up on that scoreboard, but certainly Rocco's numbers tell you the story. But Avon with a 14-6 lead over St. Ignatius in the season opener here in downtown Cleveland. We'll take one more timeout before we get you ready for the start of the second half. Eagles leading this game, and they'll get the football to start the third quarter of play. That happens when we come back in the WEOL Gridiron Clash. It's live on WEOL.com. And hey, a great big hello and thank you to all of you watching us tonight on the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
Football season is here, and North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco is your football tailgate party headquarters. Located at the corner of Barton and Center Ridge Roads in North Ridgeville, they have everything you need for your next football gathering, including wings, tenders, JoJo's, and more. Grab a fresh-made hot or cold sandwich, and don't forget, Becker's Donuts are available every day. North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco is open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Good luck to all our area high school football teams this season, and we'll see you at North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Welcome back to Huntington Bank Field. Avon and St. Ignatius, both teams, as you're watching on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page. They return to the field, getting their stretching and warm-ups in before we start the third quarter of play. Want to remind you that our halftime show was presented by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at LCCC. No, Rocco, I'm going to go a bit off script here.
Uh-oh.
Well, because I think we should talk about the keys to the second half. And you know what? Network Land Title for being a sponsor. Let's give them another read because it's great to have them on board. So let's talk about the keys to the second half, with this being a 14-6 ball game. Keys to that second half brought to you by Network Land Title Agency, the best in title and escrow services. What do you think the keys to quarters 3 and 4 are?
Well, I think for Ignatius, they got to clean things up a little bit, right? They were the guilty party for a couple of penalties there. A costly turnover by Dane Donovan, basically throwing it right to the defensive lineman for Avon. So I think for Ignatius, all things considered, not a bad first half from them, considering how their last couple of seasons have gone. They impressed me in that first half. Just got to clean things up a little bit, get a stop here to start this second half. I think they'll be okay. And I think for Avon, I think it's continue to get the ball to your playmakers. Just make it simple, right? Get it to Michael Colburn. He's running like a man possessed in that first half. Didn't always go for a lot of yards, but he's been running hard, and I think you got to keep rewarding him. And find Finn Jordanic, man. I mean, when he gets to open field, boy, oh boy, can he motor. We found that out in a hurry. He actually had one of my favorite touchdowns I called last year in a really explosive play against Glenville. So what we saw in that first half on that 50-something yard touchdown catch and run, I think you got to try to find a way to get him a little more involved.
Terrific insights from Rocco Nucci. Again, our Network Land Title Agency keys to the second half, brought to you by Network Land Title Agency, the best in title and escrow services. And again, we're just getting started with high school football coverage tonight. As Rocco has mentioned a couple of times, don't forget tomorrow night, boy, it's a full docket of high school action on the gridiron. Norwayne at Keystone, Strongsville at Avon Lake, and that will be audio only. Walsh Jesuit at Highland. So you've got Norwayne and Keystone and Walsh Jesuit at Highland insofar as the games that will be on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. You, Mr. Walsh Jesuit guy.
I am a warrior, former warrior.
Man, oh man. So we're just about set to get the second half underway here at First Energy Field. Or excuse me, at Huntington Bank Field. You know, they changed those naming rights things so many times. Here's the one I know, Rocket Arena.
There you go.
That one I know, and I know that one well. But, you know, for Avon, if you can get a score early here in the third quarter of play, and I'm sure Mike Elder got together with the offensive coaches and said, let's try to get this ball down the field and put some pressure on that Ignatius offense. I think that will be critical.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think if you're Avon, you'll take the lead. I think you might feel that you should be up a little more in this ball game, considering how some of that first half went. So I think for Avon, yeah, it's just kind of put your foot down, try to show St. Ignatius who you are. But again, I got to give the Wildcats credit. They showed a lot of heart and fight in that first half. They look like a much improved team this season, and I think maybe that's a conversation Coach Elder and his guys had in that locker room.
You know, Rocco, you mentioned the return of the forecast show, and I'm thrilled about that. I think it's great. And for all the years that I did that forecast show, I mean, it just became this refrain from coaches that your biggest improvement is from week 1 to week 2.
Yeah.
That's when high school football teams will show a big leap. And I think for Mike Elder tonight, he's got a lot of newcomers on that field. He's seeing things that are correctable. He's going to have a lot of video, even if you want to still call it film work, to do. And it's a huge learning curve for this Avon Eagle team. You can be around the program, you can be around winning kids, but you still have to go out there and do it on the field.
It's two different things.
Yep. And those decisions will come. All right, here we go. Second half kickoff brought to you by EcoTree Services, your trusted tree care company. Avon will get that second half kickoff, and they will be going right to left as it's a high end over end kick. And boy, that's a deep kick into the end zone, and fielding it was Finn Jordanic. So Avon will have it at their own 20-yard line, first down and 10, third quarter just underway here at Huntington Bank Field. It was First Energy for a couple of years,
yeah.
right?
More than just a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Sure. It was for a while.
And we were talking on the walk-in, Of course, Jared parked a mile away, so we had a lot of time to talk on that walk. It's like walking the Boston Marathon. But that being said, the Huntington Bank Field name, the moniker, is moving down to Berea, correct?
It is, yeah. A little closer to you and I over there, both of us being pretty close West Siders.
We had our book club discussion. We talked some Cavs, talked some Guardians. And then we got to the stadium and still had time to talk as we made our way to the press box. It was a lengthy stroll up here to the box.
All that chatter not safe for on-air repetition necessarily.
Set in the car, stays in the car. Sikora, first play of the second half, hands off to Colburn, and he didn't have any room whatsoever. Down he goes right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Again, let's set that Avon offensive line. Captain, returning starter, Jack Fitch at center. Derek Weitzel and Dominic Grosso are the guards with Josh Kelly and Caden Krugman at tackle. Jack Goldian at tight end. We've seen a bevy of receivers. Logan Drummond, Caden Bennett, along with Finn Jordanic, are a couple of receivers that have been in there tonight for Avon. Pitch to the right, and now in at tailback is Fenton. Fenton has a bit of a crease as he works his way over the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Now, we are in the national TV booth here at Huntington Bank Field. So where were the guys? Fox, CBS. I wonder if they have to deal with this nasty spider that's coming down right here in front of me.
Look at that.
Like,
got some size to it.
You know, I'm going to talk to Jack Buck about this. Like, hey, when you're in town, is this big old spider off the pipe? Does it come right at your face?
Yeah, man. Spray, keep an eye on that
We'll
thing.
have to see if Spray can get a shot of that thing at some point. It's hazardous duty. Throw to the right and hit and drop. And brought down at the 28-yard line. Colburn, but he's shy of the first down. And so Avon comes up shy on a 3rd down play. And they'll be forced to punt. Well, we talked about Avon wanting to push the ball down the field and put pressure on that Ignatius defense. The Wildcat defense got exactly what they wanted, a quick 3 and out. And now Sikora to punt and on the run, making the catch and a short return for Billy Cole. But how about the field position that Ignatius will have? 1st down and 10. That ball will be at the Wildcat 49-yard line. So all of a sudden, it's St. Ignatius feeling pretty good about themselves. They got the late score in the first half to make it 14-6, a 3 and out to start the 3rd. And now they take over at their own 49 to open up the 3rd quarter. 10:22 to go in that 3rd period. Jacob Micken back in at quarterback, the 6'2 junior.
Conservative possession there from Avon. A little surprised to see some of those calls.
So with the ball just shy of the midfield stripe, Micken, play action under a rush. Pump fake, and now he'll make the wise decision and just throw it out of bounds. Good move there by Jacob Micken. Boy, he was under a heavy rush. And Micken just decided I'll throw that one to about 85 Avon Eagles that are standing on the sideline. I mean, the Eagles sideline is from basically 30 to 30 with players. It's amazing.
Oh, and it brings up that potential fear of, you got 2 guys with the same number, and you don't necessarily always see that in high school football, especially with some of the smaller schools.
I've been bitten by that a couple of times tonight already. I just don't want to be bitten by this spider that's lingering in front of my face. Throw over the middle, incomplete. Boy, that was a zip line throw as the intended receiver was Trey Haddad. You talked about trying to get Haddad some more touches here in the second half. They looked for him there, but that ball was a rocket, but it was a little too much heat. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
It dropped all the way down, Tim. You missed the descent of the great spider there.
He's down. He's down.
He's not in the box, but used to say he couldn't make a return.
I hate spiders.
There he is.
Oh, 3rd down and 10. Listen, can Kozar stick his bare hand out there and kill that thing? Throw over the middle, and he had a receiver and overshot him at the 20-yard line. Trying for Haddad again, and Haddad running a deep post. He had some operating room, but Micken overshot him by about 1.5 yards.
It's the guy to try to get involved. Haddad, he's going to Texas A&M. Said it at the halftime. You looked at me right after that incomplete pass. That's who you want to try to get involved. Just pan out there.
So it'll be 4th and 10 for Ignatius, as they'll go 3 and out. So each team with a 3 and out. Boy, there's the third high snap. End over end kick. Bounces at the 10 to the 5. And it is down at the 1-yard line. The ball was touched at the 1. And will they bring it out?
I think that's the touchback signal.
Is that the touchback signal? Yeah, Ignatius thought they had the down ball at the 1. It was not. It was hit at the 1, but it was not downed at the 1. So a break for the Eagles, as they will have it at the 20-yard line. Well, that was great hustle play.
Sorry about that, Tim. The high snaps, you're right, though. That's something to keep an eye on as this game moves along.
Well, we've seen a special teams play that blew up on Ignatius, the blocked field goal attempt at the end of the first half. It would have been a long field goal, but still, Fenton came in for Avon and blocked it cleanly. So Avon with their second possession here in the second half of play, leading 14-6, starting this drive at their own 20-yard line. They run a little razzle-dazzle. Here comes Bennett on the sweep, heading the other way. Bennett out to about the 28-yard line, shoved out of bounds. Did he get to that first down marker? He did at the 30. Wow. So Bennett had lined up wide left. He came in motion to the right. And Sikora got him the football. Got over the 30 to about the 31-yard line. The initial hit was shy of the 30.
A good second effort.
First down for the Eagles. Of course, Avon and St. Ignatius have hooked up the past few years in the season opener. Last year at Avon, and the privilege of calling that game for WEOL.com. Sikora, play action, now bounces to the right, throwing over the middle. Oh, he somehow threaded the needle. That pass complete to Kohler at the 45-yard line. Actually, it was Jordanic.
Yeah.
Yep. Finn Jordanic. I have to make my visit to my eye doctor in Amherst before the calf season gets underway. 5 and 6 are pretty close there. Gavin Kohler and Finn Jordanic, but that was Jordanic on the reception for a 13-yard gain. See, those national TV guys, they have these huge monitors up here. They cheat a little bit. They're not looking at those numbers way down there. First down play for Avon. Handoff to the left. That is Colburn. I know that. And Colburn hit and dropped at the 46-yard line. Gain of 2 will make it second down and 8. 14-6 Avon. All the scoring came in the second quarter of play. Avon with the first 2 touchdowns in that second quarter, as Trevor Sikora hooked up with Finn Jordanic on a 53-yard touchdown pass, and then Michael Colburn with a 3-yard touchdown run. Ignatius with a late score in the first half made it 14-6. Inside handoff and some nice room onto the Ignatius side of the field, bouncing his way down to about the 47-yard line was Dean Andrus, and Andrus picks up the first down. So you see Mike Elder going a little more conservative here in this third quarter. Rocco, you mentioned some pretty conservative play calling on their first drive. And now we have an Ignatius player shaken up on the play. Joey Granzier, senior safety. He's kind of down in that kneeling position at the 50-yard line. He has yet to stand up. He's down on one knee.
Cramping, maybe.
Yep, that could be.
There he is. He's up.
Well, Granzier appears to be all right. He'll have to sit out a play, or maybe a couple. We'll see if the trainers take a look at him. 8:13 to go, third quarter. As now both teams are huddled in front of their respective benches. Now next week for Avon, week 2, they will be hosting Pine Richland. I will confess, I don't know a lot about Pine Richland.
They're coming in from Pennsylvania.
That's why I don't know a lot about them.
My wife, hailing from Pennsylvania, told me a little bit about them, but
it'll be the home opener for the Eagles. We'll have to hear a little bit more about that in a moment. Inside handoff. Boy, the Wildcat defense blew that play up. And there you have the guy that, as Rocco has alluded to, has a D1 scholarship ready to go. Oh, my goodness. What a bruising shot by James Conrad. Wow. And now that forces a 4th down for Avon. They'll be forced to punt as the ball got placed at the 50-yard line. Wow. So Sikora does the punting. He'll try to pin one for Avon. Well, a late guy on for the Eagles on that special teams unit. As the play clock's down to 6-5. Sikora, line drive kick. Bounces at the 20, 15, 10. Avon roll inside the 10. It will roll dead at about the 8-yard line. So a great punt by Sikora. That's about a 42-yard kick. And it rolls dead inside the 10 at the 8. But Rocco, I'm curious about Pine Richland out of Pennsylvania, Avon's next opponent. Now you said
I set myself up for failure on this, I think, Tim. She didn't give me much.
You just know they're from Pennsylvania.
That's basically the extent of what the missus had given me outside of, oh, yeah, I kind of remember them. She went to Montour. I know that doesn't mean anything to you. And I had learned some other schools that were in there, West Allegheny as well. She had heard of Pine Richland and knew that they had some good football going on over there. But, yeah, again, that was about it.
If it's Western PA, that's good football.
There you go, yeah.
I mean, there have been some great football players out of Western Pennsylvania. Micken still in at quarterback, straight ahead handoff. And right up the middle is Teague Deinhardt. Deinhardt just trying to give Ignatius some operating room, and he pushes that ball out to about the 13-yard line. Gain of 5 will make it 2nd down and 5. Under 7 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Avon up 14-6 in the season opener, taking on St. Ignatius at Huntington Bank Field. Quick hitter by Micken to the right, not much room. Spun out of bounds is Trey Haddad, as he's knocked out at the 15-yard line. We'll set up 3rd down and about 3. Well, you're going to learn a lot more about that Week 2 opponent, Pine Richland, because that game is on WEOL next week, correct?
Sure is. WEOL.com, also on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Out-of-state team last time Avon lost was to Spruce Creek, Florida last year.
Was that at Disney? Or 2 years ago they went down to Disney?
Maybe 2.
2 years ago? So here's Micken on a big 3rd down play, and now we've got a flag on Ignatius. Oh, my goodness. They had a bunch formation to the right, and a legal procedure call against the Wildcats. Wow.
That's where the guilty party was. It was in that bunch. It was number 2, Brandon Paul. You had about 3 or 4 Eagles pointed out right away.
Boy, does that change the dynamic for Ignatius, because now you're at 3rd and 8. They had an interception deep in their own territory earlier in the ball game, so you don't want that disaster to happen again. But you're certainly in a throwing situation. Micken under the heat, rolling to the left. Micken still looking, lobs over the middle, and it's caught at the 21. No, dropped incomplete. Great coverage there, as there for Avon. In on that coverage was Johnny Scott. I'll tell you what, that ball was floating as well.
Well, it was a much-needed hit there by Scott. Yeah, that spider's still on the move, man. That's, forget the analysis I was about to deliver. Yeah, eyes going right to our 8-legged friend over there. Man, he got some speed to him.
Yes, he does.
Doesn't make you feel any better, though.
Oh, I'll tell you what, and it's not an itsy-bitsy spider either.
Not like the nursery rhymes told us.
No. Oh, no. And it's climbing up the press box. There's a high but short kick. Ooh. As it will bounce, and now a scramble for it, as it will be recovered by an Eagle at the 45-yard line. Boy, that ball went way up in the air, but it was short. And for Avon, they'll have good field position. They'll start this drive at the Ignatius 45-yard line with 6:28 to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. 14-6, Avon on top. Tim Elkhorn, Rocco Nucci, Jared Kozar, Zach Sprague, and the unnamed gargantuan spider here in the press box. at Huntington Bank Field.
You guys are going to be.
Rocco has given up color commentary. He's got 2 eyes on that spider. I'm just telling you.
I know you're not a fan of it.
Look at Zach. Zach getting the shot of it. Did you get it, Zach?
I don't know if it's going to focus in. Yeah, it's good effort.
First and 10. Sikora for Avon. Rolling to the right. Flag down, usually where you see holding. And the pass is picked off, but out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And normally where you see that holding call. And worse than the flag is Josh Kelly being helped over to that Avon sideline by one of his teammates, Derek Weitzel.
Well, look at Jordanic's down, too, getting stretched out.
Jordanic looks more like a cramping issue. Oh, my goodness. The gargantuan spider has now invited his family to join him. We got a holding call against Avon, which is what we thought would be the situation with that. I believe for Finn Jardanic, it was indeed
there it is.
A cramping issue. Look at that spider.
Great
Folks,
work,
television does no justice to the size of that spider. I mean, wow.
That's great. That is great. Not for you, of course, but for the rest of us. We asked, hey, Tim, you went by the wall? Sure. Unbeknownst to you.
Yes.
You got about 24 legs crawling around over there.
If you're watching on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel, feel free to give us a name for the spider. First down and 20. First and 20, Sikora. There's the handoff to Andres. There isn't anything there. Again, that Wildcat defense, they have done a nice job in gang tackling. They are swarming to that football. And we'll make it second down and 18 for Avon. But again, they have the 14-6 lead. So I think they would be more than content right now to play the possession game. Certainly try to pin Ignatius deep in their own territory again if they're able to do that. As Trevor Sikora, the junior quarterback, lines the offense up. Sikora play action. Looks like they're trying to set up a screen. Sikora under a rush, looks, throws, and he throws that one at the feet of Luke Pavey, who had circled out of the backfield.
Breaks up a stretch of 7 straight completions for Trevor Sikora. He had kind of found a nice rhythm and groove before that incompletion right there.
Give credit to the St. Ignatius defense. They have really stiffened up, and they have made life difficult for Avon here in the third quarter of play. Avon has not been able to get anything generated in this third period. And now facing third and a mile, 3rd and 19, movement in the line, and that'll be an encroachment call against Ignatius as they tried to jump that snap, understanding it's a passing situation, so trying to get that rush on Sikora, and they've had a rush on Sikora here in the third. He's had to roll out several times. Ball crosses the midfield stripe, so it is now at the Ignatius 49-yard line. And 3rd and 19 becomes 3rd and 14. Play signaled in from the Avon sideline. 2 receivers to the left. Kohler out wide to the left. And Sikora awaits the snap. Sikora under a rush, and he's sacked inside the 40, back at the 37-yard line. Well, I had just mentioned that the heat had been coming here in the second half for St. Ignatius. James Conrad came in and just caught up with Sikora and dropped him. Sikora never even had a chance on that one.
It was kind of a stunted blitz there by Conrad. He's the man in front of the game notes that you have in front of you. Great play, and oh boy.
Sikora, quick kick, and it hit the Ignatius up-man ball loose on the field, but it's recovered by Billy Cole at the 39-yard line. Boy, Cole took a chance right there. And he was able to pounce on that football at the 39.
I'll tell you what, Tim, Mike Elder is irate here at the bottom of your screen. Well, maybe not at the bottom of our screen, but, near sideline here. Ignatius ran a sub or two on very, very late, and I didn't think they got him onto the field properly. I didn't even know if they were on sides, and I think that's Mike Elder's point right now.
Instead, we're going to have a personal foul called on Avon. And now Mike Elder is a lot further out onto the field than he was just a moment ago, as they're going to march off 15 against the Eagles. And Mike Elder is voicing his displeasure as they put the ball down at the 44-yard line of Avon. So another opportunity for St. Ignatius. They have it at the Eagle 44. Avon up 14-6, 4:54 to go, third quarter here at Huntington Bank Field.
I think Mike Elder's just pleading for an official to come over and talk to him. You had about 4 over there talking with St. Ignatius head coach Tom Kaufman. That's been a nice battle between Coach Elder and Coach Kaufman, who can get farther onto the field before being escorted back to the sideline by the officials. Elder's got him beat right now.
By the way, we have a name for the spider.
Oh, that didn't take long.
Dinner. Shows how highly thought of we are here in the press box.
Oh, boy. That low we've reached, huh?
Dinner.
I knew it was bad. But
I don't even think that's in the budget, is it? Dinner?
Jared?
No.
Some fluids, huh?
Boy, Mike Elder is still out onto the field. If you're watching on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel, he's really letting the officials have it.
Yeah, just above the ticker there.
And Mike is one of the more vocal coaches in Lorain County. But I'll tell you what, you talk to anybody within the coaching fraternity, and they marvel at the job that he has done with the program. Now in his 20th year at Avon. First and 10, Ignatius at the 44-yard line of Avon. 14-6 ball game. Micken on the handoff and trying to find some room is J.T. Hummer. As Hummer got that handoff, 190-pound junior slices his way down to about the 41-yard line. Gain of 5. That'll make it second down and 5. After the ball game, we'll have our Mallard Creek Golf Club post-game show, brought to you by Mallard Creek Golf Club. Book your tee time today. Second down and 5 at the 41-yard line. Ignatius with the football. They're in Avon territory. Micken, handoff. That's Hummer. Spins out of a tackle and then upended at about the 37-yard line. As he gets up hobbling a little bit, he'll be about a yard shy of the first down, but certainly both teams have shown that they are in the mood to gamble here tonight, as we've seen numerous 4th and 1 attempts on the offensive side of the football. This is 3rd and 1 at the 36. We're under 4 minutes to go here in the third. Jacob Micken, junior quarterback for Ignatius, awaits the snap. Hands off. Hummer dropped at the 35, but I think, that wasn't Hummer. That was Billy Cole. Billy Cole, the junior, got that handoff, and he got his way to the 35. That's all he needed. And that'll move the sticks. First down, Ignatius. And we're under 3.5 to go here in the third. Well, both teams have really buttoned it up here in the third quarter of play, Rock.
Well, and I'll tell you, Tim, this is where it got away from Ignatius last year. I mean, Avon hung 40 on them, and right now we sit at an 8-point game. It's 14-6. Give St. Ignatius all the credit in the world. Much improved Wildcat team thus far.
There's the handoff to Hummer. Hummer, boy, he's eluding tackles as he dances his way to about the 30, inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Nice move by Hummer. He just kind of picked his way down to about the 29.
Well, and he's really sprung to life. He had a carry that didn't go anywhere in that first half. 3 of them now in the second half for 14 yards as we got a down eagle. Maybe some more cramping.
Yep.
See that a lot in August.
You sure do. And when you see those guys stretching those legs out, trying to alleviate the cramps. And again, trainers will tell you it's not about getting liquids on game night. It's getting liquids all week long. You've got to load up Sunday through tonight being Thursday or tomorrow night being Friday. You just can't start taking all those liquids tomorrow, guys. If you're listening and watching, it had to be all week long, and now getting up and heading over to the Avon sideline after doing some stretching is Ben Urban. But Ignatius is on the move. By the way, mentioned earlier, buddy Jeff Holzhauer from Keystone. Where's Jeff's track team at Keystone? Does an amazing job. He was telling me, or he texted to me, James Conrad, and we've mentioned that name a few times tonight from St. Ignatius. James Conrad absolutely destroyed the state record in the discus as a junior. How about this? 209 feet.
Wow. In discus?
Yeah. Holy
boy,
smokes.
Oh boy.
Wow, Jeff, thanks for sharing that. That's a great piece of information.
I could maybe throw that 20.9 feet if I'm lucky.
I wonder if he could slice down this spider. It's about 209 feet from the field, isn't
Lowest
it?
pay grade.
Pass thrown, tipped, and incomplete. Boy, Micken went back and just charging in for Avon, and deflecting that pass was Rollison. So it's now a 3rd and 3 for Ignatius. But again, they are in 4-down territory with the ball at the Avon 29-yard line and 2:23 to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. Well, you wonder now how big that botched 2-point conversion attempt will be. Micken awaits the snap, looks, throws over the middle, caught at the 20. The ball came free, it's loose, and they're going to say the receiver's down or incomplete.
Oh, wait.
And we've got 3 officials converging and having a conversation. I think one wants to say incomplete. The other wants to say fumble.
Oh, boy.
And the third one's like, well, now we got a 4th one in there. So now you've got 4 officials. That's never a good sign. And Avon's trying to put their ears in there and decipher what's being said. Uh-oh, here comes a 5th official.
Oh, boy. You could have 1 or more unhappy head coaches after this decision.
Someone's going to be unhappy.
Maybe both. Oh.
Wow. So a catch, a fumble, and a recovery by the offense. The catch was made by Cole. So we've got Ignatius in the red zone. Red zone brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance. They're on Cleveland Street in Elyria. And for Ignatius, they are on the 17. Pitch left, turning the corner, 10-5, in for the touchdown is Tyler McMillan. And we've got a 14-12 ball game. So McMillan scampers in, and it's 14-12 with 1:25 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And of course, a touchdown presented by Mike Bass Ford. You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford. Well, now what does Ignatius do? Down by 2. Still well over a quarter of football to be played. And they're going to line up in a traditional formation, but go for 2. So they're going for 2 with a single back, McMillan, right behind Jacob Micken. Ignatius down 2. Micken looking, throwing, caught for the 2-point conversion by Trey Haddad. It's a 14-14 game, 1:25 to go, 3rd quarter. We'll take a timeout from Huntington Bank Field. St. Ignatius has tied Avon in the WEOL Gridiron Clash live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube page.
Experience the convenience of buying from Mike Bass Ford, just a short drive from anywhere.
I work and fly out of Hopkins every week. It only takes me 27 minutes to get to Mike Bass Ford. I'm downtown, and I'm only 25 minutes from Mike Bass Ford.
I'm in Sandusky, and I'm only 30 minutes away from Mike Bass Ford.
All roads lead to Mike Bass Ford. I-90 at Detroit, exit 148.
You get a great deal.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
We've got a 14-14 tie. St. Ignatius with the 17-yard touchdown run by McMillan, the two-point conversion pass. And we're knotted up. Avon 14, Ignatius 14 with 1:25 to go, third quarter of play. This kickoff a little bit shorter. Out over the 20 to the 25, fighting to about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. For Avon was Caden Bennett. And, of course, that kickoff presented by EcoTree Services, your trusted tree care company.
No, he's cramping.
Yep. Got Bennett down.
He never got up after that.
So Avon and Ignatius. Boy, a good battle here tonight to open up the 2026 season. Ignatius in their first year under new head coach Tom Kaufman have scored 14 straight points after Avon took the 14-0 lead in the second quarter of play. Ignatius answered with a touchdown late in the second, missed on the two-point conversion, but now a score late in the third. And they convert on the two-point play. 14-14. Avon with the football. With 1:17 to go, they start at their own 27-yard line. Going right to left, Trevor Sikora gets the snap. Hands off, man in motion to the left, and dropped was Johnny Scott as soon as he got that handoff. Scott thrown down at the 26-yard line. Well, they may give him progress back to the original line of scrimmage as we go under a minute here in quarter number 3. Second down and 10. Ball at the left hash mark. 3 receivers to the right. Trevor Sikora. Well, there's encroachment again by Ignatius. Boy, they are anxious, especially on passing situations. Avon doesn't seem like much, but they needed that 5 yards right there. It gives them a couple of more options.
Well, I was just going to say, again, conservative, I think, for Avon to start that drive. You know, a nothing game from Johnny Scott. And, you've lost the momentum now at this point. It's tied up. I think if you're Avon, you got to kind of get after it here again.
Again, that same set with 3 receivers to the right. Handoff and up the middle, fighting to about the 35-yard line was Fenton. Fenton will be close. He's going to be a couple of yards shy. It'll be 3rd and 3. Now let's see if Avon elects to run a play right here. They do not have to. Maybe Mike Elder will want to talk this over. Got a 3rd and 2. Game clock at 16. Play clock has all sorts of time on it, well above that. In motion to the right goes Kohler. And now Sikora will look at the bench, and they're just going to let it run out. They want to talk about this play. So the third quarter will come to an end. Avon, Ignatius tied at 14 at the end of 3 here in downtown Cleveland. It's Avon's football. They face a huge 3rd and 2 at their own 35. And that's how we'll start the fourth quarter in the WEOL Gridiron Clash, live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Fourth quarter underway. Avon facing a huge 3rd and 2 at their own 35. Straight ahead handoff. Fenton got to the 37, and it's short by about a yard. And in a 14-14 game, what does Mike Elder elect to do? Inside your own 40. Now, he has seen this Ignatius defense jump a few times. They get a little twitchy in that interior. Perhaps try to draw the Wildcats offside. 4th down. Oh, what a play here. 4th and a yard. Sikora under center. In motion to the right. They're going to hand it off, and spinning to the 40-yard line is Colburn. He got the first down. Oh, how about the guts of Mike Elder right there? The offense had been struggling, really being challenged by that Ignatius defense to move the chains and pick up yards. And on a 4th down play, they get the first as Colburn with a bit of a bounce. And again, it looks like a cramping issue.
It's Weitzel, yeah.
Got Derek Weitzel, big young man, 295-pound junior.
Well play.
He's sitting down at the 34-yard line. Boy, what a call by Mike Elder. But you know what? Sometimes you just set that tone in the opening week. We've got faith in you guys. Everybody up front. Michael Colburn. I mean, let's get a yard right here. Let's get the momentum back.
Sorry about that, Tim. And it has to be Colburn, I think, in that situation. He's the guy that he's ran it the most, first and foremost, but it's been positive every time. It hasn't always been a lot. Sometimes it's just been 1, maybe 2 yards, but that's all you needed there. And so I think that was the right decision. Trust your big guys up front. That's where your experience is. Trust Colburn, who's been running well tonight. Good play call there.
So Avon will have it. First down and 10 at their own 40-yard line. 14-14 game. Boy, this has been a good one. As the Eagles look to regain the advantage. Trevor Sikora comes up under center. Jack Fitch. Sikora straight drop back under a rush. Rolling to the right. Sikora hemmed in. Lobs it downfield. And he found his receiver, Kohler, at the 44-yard line.
Wow.
Boy, Sikora was under a rush as he found Kohler and got it to the 44. All that running, and he was able to drift that throw out there. They got 4 for 2nd down and 6. And now we've got an official timeout.
More cramping, it seems like. 6 for Ignatius.
Oh, Ignatius.
Yeah,
I was looking at the Avon.
Ignatius.
Yep. Ignatius here at the 45-yard line. That's Joey Granzier.
It's again for him.
Their senior safety. So we'll sneak in a quick timeout. 10:22 to go. 4th quarter, 14-14. Avon and Ignatius are tied in the WEOL Gridiron Clash on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Granzier making his way over to the Ignatius sideline. And again, we've seen some cramping issues tonight. 2nd down and 6. Avon at their own 44-yard line. 10:20 to go, 4th quarter. Opening night, and the fans have had themselves a treat. Sikora out of that pistol. Hands off. And on the left side, trying to maneuver his way closer to that midfield stripe, was was Fenton. Fenton got to the 48. Set up 3rd down and 2 as Fenton will check out. Let's see what Mike Elder dials up here. He'll put Sikora back in that pistol formation. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sikora, quick throw to the left, complete, and down to the 45 of Ignatius, and hammered there is Johnny Scott. But just that quick flick to the left, and the 5'9" junior Johnny Scott, all he needed was a couple, and he got a few more than that. Avon in Ignatius territory. They're at the Wildcat 45-yard line. 1st down and 10, 9:20 to go, 4th quarter. Eagles go without a huddle. Sikora quickly sets the offense. Sikora now with a look over at that Eagle sideline. Still time on that play clock. We're down to 9, 8. Sikora backs up a couple of steps. Now 3 on the play clock. Sikora gets the snap. Has some time. Bouncing to the left. Here comes the rush. Sikora will take off. Step out of bounds inside the 45. At about the 43, maybe the 42-yard line. Short pickup of about 3. Again, after the ball game, we'll have our post-game show. That's brought to you by Mallard Creek Golf Club. Book your tee time today at the Duck. You been out there on the course this summer, Rocco?
Tim, you could not pay me to swing a golf club, mostly because nobody wants to see that, least of all myself. One day I'll get there.
That's not on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page?
Thankfully, no.
Fake handoff. Sikora's going to keep it himself. Rolls to the right. Ooh, he took a good pop. As down he went at the 41-yard line. Managed to bounce off that hit, but he took a good one. Down at the 42 is actually where they will spot it. Sets up 3rd and 6. Well, we saw Mike Elder go for it in his own territory, so you would certainly think 4-down territory here for the Eagles. And they would love to get it on 3rd and 6. In a tie game, 14-14. Empty backfield with Sikora in the pistol. 5 receiver set. 3 left, 2 right. Sikora throws over the middle. It's high, it's tipped, it's intercepted. And on the return is Angahaldi down the left side and finally pushed out of bounds. Boy, that high throw. And Sikora had that ball tipped. And we talk about opening night. Well, I'll guarantee you throughout 2-a-days scrimmages, they have practiced that tip drill. And Angalante, the 6'2" senior, with his 2nd interception of the ball game, and not only the pick, but a nifty return as he stepped out at the Avon 48-yard line. Wow. That ball sailed on Sikora. So Angelante with the pick, and now Ignatius with 7:59 to go has it at the Avon 48-yard line. And now the Eagle defense needs to make a stop. And the Ignatius offense, and they've been able to pick up some yardage in their last couple of drives, and there's a handoff to JT Hummer. Hummer barrels his way inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. That'll move the chains. 1st down for Ignatius.
Yeah, Hummer's really sprung to life in this second half. Tim picks up some 5, 4, 5, and then 10 right there. He's certainly running downhill right now. Gut check time for Avon. I think they're on their heels right now.
Avon had the first 14 points of the ball game, all in the second quarter. They've been stymied since. Ignatius with 14 straight, and now trying to capitalize on an Eagle turnover. Here's Hummer again, right side, cuts it back, spins out of a tackle, bounces down to the 31-yard line. Boy, JT Hummer and Rocco, you hit on it. What a spark plug he has been. He brought this Ignatius offense to life. Nice pickup there to the 31-yard line. That's 7. And again, I think we have a cramping issue with an Avon Eagle down. So we've got an Eagle down at the 35-yard line. They'll stretch him out. 7:06 to go, 14-14. Avon and St. Ignatius are tied at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland. We'll sneak in a timeout on the WEOL Gridiron Clash. It's live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube page.
Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step. And they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today.
Cody Canning, the Eagle that was dealing with some cramping. He hobbles over to the sideline. We're back to action as Ignatius has it 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line. Here's Hummer. Hummer breaks inside the 30, spinning at the 25, carrying some tacklers down to the 21-yard line. Boy, J.T. Hummer, he's making a name for himself tonight, as he has excelled out on that gridiron. And Ignatius now with a golden opportunity to take the lead. 6:45 and the clock running fourth quarter. 14-14 game. Ignatius at the Eagle 21. And they're going to take some time now. Try to drain as much of that clock as they can. First down and 10 at the 21. Jacob Micken is the quarterback. Cole in motion to the left. Handoff Hummer to the right. Hummer eluding a tackle, spinning, and down he goes at the 15. Boy, he's like a spinning top out there. Goes down at the 15-yard line. That'll make it 2nd down and 4. But again, Avon is watching precious seconds come off that clock as we're under 6 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. And now Ignatius in the red zone. Red zone trip brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance on Cleveland Street in Elyria. 2nd down and 4. Micken out of the pistol. Hands off. Big hole at the middle, and galloping in for the touchdown is Tyler McMillan, his 2nd of the ball game. And for the first time in the ball game, Ignatius leads it 20-14 Wildcats with 5:38 to go, fourth quarter here in Cleveland.
Tim, just no answer right now for the Avon defensive front. They got gashed that whole possession. It was J.T. Hummer doing the dirty work to get him within range in that Stewart's TV red zone, as you mentioned, and then Ty McMillan, efficiency, Tim, 2 carries, 2 touchdowns for that young man. That last one was a beauty.
Touchdown runs of 17 and 15 for McMillan. That one gives St. Ignatius a 20-14 lead with 5:38 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. And we've seen them go for 2 throughout the night. On their first touchdown, it was absolutely crushed by the Eagles special team unit, but on their second touchdown, Ignatius would hit on a 2-point conversion pass. So let's see what they elect to do here, up 20-14 with 5:38 to go. And of course, you know what touchdowns mean. They're brought to you by Mike Bass Ford. You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford. Well, the Eagles are in unfamiliar territory. Not too often they trail in a football game, and especially late in a football game. 5:38 to go. Well, now we're going to see the traditional extra point attempt. As on to attempt the kick will be Griffin Roberts. So Roberts will attempt the extra point. 20-14 Ignatius. The kick is up, and it's good. 21-14 Wildcats. 5:38 to go. It's crunch time for Avon. We'll see if the Eagles can respond after this in the WEOL Gridiron Clash on WEOL.com and the CT's YouTube channel.
Experience the convenience of buying from Mike Bass Ford, just a short drive from anywhere.
I work and fly out of Hopkins every week. It only takes me 27 minutes to get to Mike Bass Ford. I'm downtown and I'm only 25 minutes from Mike Bass Ford.
I'm in Sandusky, and I'm only 30 minutes away from Mike Bass Ford.
All roads lead to Mike Bass Ford. I-90 at Detroit, exit 148.
You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford.
Don't replace your concrete, level it. A1 Concrete Leveling is your best choice. They are the only company that offers both grout and polyurethane leveling. Let them help determine the best choice for your job. A1 Concrete Leveling Cleveland West is family owned, and it's the first concrete leveling company in Lorain County. The Clapham family has been serving the area for over 30 years. Get ready for the season by giving us a call at 440-327-0101 or visit us online at a1concrete.com.
Avon trailing 21-14. St. Ignatius 21 unanswered points. Going back to the second quarter of play, Avon was up 14-zip, but a late first half touchdown by the Wildcats, a touchdown in the third, and now one in the fourth. And they lead for the first time in the ballgame, 21-14. So the Wildcats to kick off. All kickoffs all season. Brought to you by Eco Tree Services, your trusted tree care company. And on the kickoff for Ignatius is Roberts. Short kick fielded at the 10-yard line. Out to the 20 and hemmed in and dropped at about the 23. And the return for Avon was Gavin Kohler. Well, Trevor Sikora, welcome to crunch time. Junior quarterback for Avon. About 5 minutes to go, 5.5 to be exact. And you're at your own 23-yard line, down by a touchdown. Try to lead the team down the field and get that game-tying touchdown. The 6'2 junior, first-year starter. Had a couple of costly picks tonight.
Yeah. Now you got to get it moving if you're Avon, because you give this football up, you may not see it again.
Sikora gets the snap. Here comes the heat. They set up the screen. Got it to Colburn. Colburn immediately dropped at the 24-yard line. I'll tell you what, you have to give all sorts of credit to the Ignatius defense here tonight. They have swarmed. They have gang tackled. There has not been a lot of room to operate for this Avon offense, as again we've got a cramping issue. It seems like we're having one every play. That's James Conrad. And as we learned earlier, the incredible discus thrower. 290 feet. My goodness.
That's unbelievable.
Wow. Still in awe of that, thanks to Jeff Holzhauer for passing that along. So we mentioned that for Avon. Up next, they're at home to
Pine Richland.
Pine Richland. By the way, that'll be Pine Richland's first game. They don't have a game this week, so that'll be the opener. Now for St. Ignatius, you talk about a schedule. Next week, they go south, take on Pickerington North on the road at Pickerington. Then back home against Mentor on September 4th. As Conrad appears to have shaken off his ailment, jogs towards the Ignatius bench. And again, St. Ignatius is one of those programs. Yes, they've struggled the last couple of years, but Rocco, you mentioned in the pregame, they don't back down from anybody. And it's one of those programs you just feel like they should have a good football team.
Correct.
It's just the tradition of St. Ignatius. Second down and 9 with just over 5 minutes to go. Sikora, pitch left, looking for some room out over the 30 and falling forward is R.J. Ross. At least I think that's R.J. Ross.
I think so, yeah, because they got Jordan Carter, wide receiver and DB. Ross, the listed running back between the two 26s.
And again, when you're Avon and you've got 100 guys on your varsity football team, you're going to double up on some of those numbers.
Yep.
3rd and 1 for Avon. They're at their own 32-yard line. Sikora under center. Pitch right. Looking for room to the 35, banging off a tackler. And did he cough up the football, Ross, or was he down? They've got him down at the 38-yard line. So R.J. Ross. Well, that ball did pop out. I thought it may have popped up before he went down. When if they had that red flag challenge in high school football, I think Tom Kaufman would be throwing it. But a break for the Eagles, first down and 10. Just over 4 minutes to go. Avon trailing 21-14. Sikora looks, throws, and there was miscommunication there as that ball just simply went out of bounds at the 50. Caden Bennett had cut back towards the middle of the field. The ball ended up in the Avon bench.
Yeah, looks like he wanted to put a double move on that defensive back, and Sikora maybe just got flushed from that pocket early. And it's one of those with Sikora. It's, you know, you're fortunate that one landed incomplete. He's going to have to learn to just throw those away instead of risking turnovers.
And again, that's the thing, week 1 to week 2, as you move on, they'll work with Trevor Sikora on that decision making. Sikora, quick hitter to the left. He's got Bennett. Bennett looking for room, gets outside, and then that quickly closed, and down he went at the 40-yard line. Wow. Again, Ignatius' defense has been superlative here tonight.
But the closing speed there, I mean, Bennett very easily could have turned that corner against a lot of opponents they might see this season, but not tonight against Ignatius. You're right, Tim. That defense deserves a lot of credit for them being in the spot they are right now.
3rd and 8 for Avon. Ball at the 40-yard line of the Eagles. 3.5 to go. They're down by 7. Sikora gets the snap. Under a rush. Throws, and it's too high. He overshot his receiver. He was looking for Bennett in front of the Ignatius bench at the 45 of the Wildcats. Boy, what does Mike Elder do here? Now, they do have all 3 timeouts left. They have all 3 remaining. But this is 4th and 8. Well,
yeah,
3:21 to go. And Rocco, you said it earlier, Ignatius has been gashing that Avon defense.
Right.
So it looks like Avon's going to go for it right here. 4th down and 8. This could be the ball game.
Yeah, I think this is your ball game.
4th and 8 at the 40, and now Ignatius calls timeout. Tom Kaufman says, let's get our defense set. So we'll take a break. 3:21 to go. Avon down 21-14, a 4th and 8 at their own 40. The ball game hangs in the balance in the WEOL Gridiron Clash, live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
Football season is here, and North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco is your football tailgate party headquarters. Located at the corner of Barton and Center Ridge Roads in North Ridgeville, they have everything you need for your next football gathering, including wings, tenders, JoJo's, and more. Grab a fresh-made hot or cold sandwich, and don't forget, Becker's Donuts are available every day. North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco is open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Good luck to all our area high school football teams this season, and we'll see you at North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Here we go. 4th down. 8 to go for Avon at their own 40-yard line. Trevor Sikora, first-year starter for the Eagles, junior quarterback. 3 receivers set. Bennett comes in motion to the right. Play clock at 5. Sikora looking over the defense. Play clock at 1. And Avon calls time.
Boy, Tim, maybe just trying to sneak in a cheap 5 yards there for Mike Elder, trying to get Ignatius to jump off sides.
I think the thinking was if they could get Iggy's to jump. Now you got a 4th and 5.
Right.
And it
4th
maybe
and 3.
I'm sorry, yes, 4th and 3, which is a little more palatable than 4th and 8. Now, The other side is you've burned one of your timeouts. So if you kick it away, if you elect to kick it away, you only have 2 timeouts. And as we've talked about with Ignatius really hammering Avon's defense.
Right.
I mean, they've been very, very proficient here in the second half of play. That's going to put your defense in a real bind.
Yeah, that run defense for Avon left a lot to be desired last time we saw them on the field. So this is a got to have it 8 yards, and Avon hasn't had many plays like that this second half.
Unless Avon has said we'll still go for it. Well, they're not going to punt. So they couldn't draw Ignatius, and now on 4th and 8 they're going. Here's Sikora out of the pistol. Sikora bouncing around, moves to the left, looks, throws, caught inside the 40. Stepping out of bounds after making the catch was Finn Jordanic. So a first down for Avon. How about that on 4th and 8? And what a throw by Trevor Sikora. And his confidence level just grew exponentially. First down and 10 at the 37-yard line. Sikora, quick hitter to the left, and it's knocked away. My goodness, a big-time shot was applied to Michael Colburn.
Well, yeah, what a play from Sikora. Tim, you talk about dropping a ball in the bucket right there. You've probably seen jump shots in the NBA with less arc. I mean, my goodness.
Second down and 10. 3:05, and the clock stopped here at Huntington Bank Field. Avon down 21-14. Sikora awaits the snap. He just completed a massive 4th down conversion pass. Sikora looks, throws, and it's complete down to the 25, and collared down at the 22-yard line was Eaton.
Trevor Sikora's pass complete to Jackson Palmer.
Well, actually, it's Jackson Palmer.
Yeah.
So Jackson Palmer makes the catch at the 22-yard line. And now Avon responding like a champion at the 22. First down and 10. We're down to 2.5 to go. And Avon trying to tie this game, trailing 21-14. Sikora under center. Pitch right. Looking for room. Spinning. Fenton got to about the 18-yard line. And, of course, that puts the ball in the red zone. And when it's in the red zone, that's presented by Stewart's TV and Appliance on Cleveland Street in Elyria. Gain of 4 will make it second down and 6. We're about to hit the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes to go in Cleveland, as Avon and Ignatius in a great battle to open up this season. St. Ignatius up 7, 21-14. Second and 6 for Avon. Sikora bouncing out of the pocket, rolling right, steps out. Oh my, and there's a late flag. He took a pop when he went out of bounds. They're going to get Mike Vallada with the penalty. A huge break for Avon. And I'll tell you what, I think that's a legitimate flag.
I agree, and it's a silly penalty. If you're Vallada, I mean, you had him out of bounds already. There was just no need.
Sikora, there's no doubt he was out.
Yeah.
And now it'll be first and goal for Avon. Oh, what a finish. At least in regulation we're going to have.
Oh, boy.
1:43 to go. Avon at the 9-yard line of the Wildcats. Eagles trailing 21-14. Looking for their first points since the second quarter. Ball is at the right hash mark. Sikora under center. And now a flag from the near side.
It's on Ignatius.
Oh. Got an encroachment against the Wildcats. That's going to push it a little bit closer. That's going to put the ball just a tick. I mean, like a dimple on the pigskin inside the 5-yard line. Boy, if you're Avon, those big hogs up front and a guy like Colburn in the back, You wonder if this ball's going right to number 7. Here's Sikora under center. He hands to Colburn. Colburn with a crease, lunges to the 1-yard line. Colburn got about 3. He'll put him down at the 1 with a minute and a half to go.
Well, do you let some time burn here, Tim? If you're Mike Elder, give Ignatius as minimal time as possible to respond. Got to punch it in, though, first.
Ball is at the 1, 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Clock running, 1:14, 1:13 to go. And as Rocco just alluded to, Avon taking time off that play clock. 10 on the play clock. Sikora under center, Colburn behind him. And now Ignatius says, well, let's huddle up. Under a minute to go, 58 seconds to be exact. Avon down 21-14. They are on the Wildcat 1-yard line, 2nd and goal. Can the Eagles punch it in? We'll find out after this in the WEOL Gridiron Clash on WEOL.com and the CT's YouTube channel.
Industries are changing quickly, and this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love. In healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
Oh, the drama here in Cleveland. How about this for the 2026 season opener? Avon trailing 21-14, 58 seconds to go, and they have it at the St. Ignatius 1-yard line, 2nd and goal. Junior first-year starter Trevor Sikora under center. Hands off. Colburn slams the middle, and he didn't get there. He may have been knocked back a yard to the 2-yard line. And that's going to set up 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, and it is indeed at the, well, maybe a tick inside the 2, which will technically be the 1. But that ball definitely went backwards. No timeout taken by Avon. Here they go, up to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and goal. It's a long one. Sikora, Colburn, middle. Did he get there? Touchdown! The official indication is a touchdown. He got driven back, but he managed to cross the goal line with 12 seconds to go. And Avon has made it 21-20. How about that for a Mike Bassford touchdown? Mike Bassford, you get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bassford. And how about the great drive put together by Avon? And will Mike Elder have the moxie to go for 2 right here and win the game?
That's what everybody on the sideline held up immediately. Tim was a bunch of 2s. They're going to go for it.
Avon's going to go for the win right here, trailing 21-20. 12 seconds to go. And a timeout taken by Ignatius.
Wow.
How about that? So Colburn fought, scratched, clawed his way to that goal line to make it 21-20. And Mike Elder has said we're going for the win right here, right now, in game 1 of this 26th season. Now, Rocco, you weren't with us that night, and Jared would have to remind me it was a few years ago, but in the regional up in Sandusky against Toledo Central Catholic, down 1 in overtime. In a regional, Mike Elder went for 2 and won the game. This is nothing new to him.
Was that DeTilio who took that in?
Oh, man, you're testing my memory. Someone out there will remember.
Put you on the spot there.
You did, but they ran a reverse.
Because I almost remember, I think I was on the board for this.
All right, here we go. That's going back down memory lane. This is the present. Avon going for 2, going for the win on opening night, trailing 21-20. 14 seconds on that clock. Sikora under center. Colburn behind him. Bennett in motion. Fake handoff. Sikora under a rush. Looking. Lobbing. Caught! Caught for two! Caught for two! Making the catch just inside the line was Jackson Palmer. 22-21. Avon. 14 seconds to go. And for the second time, Sikora dropping a beautiful pass. He was rolling right, and he found the receiver just on that sideline. Jackson Palmer. How about the guts of Avon head coach Mike Elder? We're going for the win, guys. And unless something miraculous happens for St. Ignatius, Avon in the final waning seconds here at the home of the Browns is going to come away with a 1-point win.
Wow. Tim, what a play call there. You had a little mesh concept where two receivers, they were just going to cross over the middle. And I think Sikora's read was, hey, whichever guy breaks free, that's who you're going to hit. Guy running left, I think, got blown up by a couple of linebackers. And Jackson Palmer, Tim, he just kept running to the sideline until he ran out of room. Sikora basically had to hit him there, or he was going to run out of time. Palmer ran out of field. Defense was closing in. Sikora, man, I tell you, a couple of mistakes from him tonight. He's had the big pass when he's needed it, including right there.
Boy, great job, Rocco. You're exactly right. The 4th down and 8 where he lofted that pass right on target to keep the drive alive. And then right here, the beautiful throw to hit on the 2-point conversion. There's so many things that you can talk about on that one play. How about Palmer? The footwork, the focus.
No kidding.
To stay in bounds. I mean, the game is on the line. The ball is floating. He knows he's going to get hit. He did, and yet he manages to hang on to the football and keep the foot in bounds. Just an incredible play.
Well, Tim, how many times do we see that just go off of a guy's chest because they're worried about, like what you said, are my feet in? Where's the defense at? They forget to put the hands out. They don't see it in. Not the case there for Palmer. That was big time all around by the Eagles.
So now the kickoff from Avon. And all kickoffs on WEOL brought to you by EcoTree Services, your trusted tree care company. You would think this will be a line drive bouncing kick to try to chew some time off that clock. In fact, I think Mike Elder wants his special teams coaches to talk about this with his special teams unit. What a drive by Avon as they trailed for the first time in the ball game after the 15-yard touchdown run by McMillan with 5.5 to go put St. Ignatius on top, 21-14. And yet slowly, meticulously, methodically, Avon marches down the field, converts on a massive 4th down and 8 to keep the drive alive. Got aided by a couple of St. Ignatius penalties once Avon got into the red zone. And after Colburn got thrown back for a yard loss on the first goal line attempt, he just wouldn't be denied on the second. Got it just to that goal line to make it a 21-20 game. And then Mike Elder, head coach of Avon, says we're going for 2 right here, right now. And an unbelievable play as Sikora was able to hook up with Jackson Palmer. Wow. 22-21, Eagles lead it, 14 seconds to go. And again, I'm sure we'll see a line drive bouncing type of kick. With 14 ticks on that clock, Avon will want to at least take a few more off the clock. There it is, bouncing kick 30, 20, scooped up, no, bobbled. Now scooped up at the 10, out to the 15, to the 20, turning the corner and bumped out at the 30-yard line. But we're down to 7 seconds to go in the ball game as Haddad was trying to get it to that far sideline, the right sideline, and see if he could turn the corner. Now, for Ignatius, they're out of timeouts, and And again, they're a long way away. You would be able to stop the clock on a first down. So you might be able to get one completion, either get out of bounds,
you have
obviously.
to get out, I think.
Right. Or if you get the first down, you're going to have to motor up in a heartbeat and spike.
Yeah.
But this is going to be miraculous for Avon or for St. Ignatius if they can somehow accomplish this. And again, what a flurry by Avon at the end. That was unbelievable. And guys, that's why they are once again attacking a state championship. Because the coaching, just the unbelievable discipline these kids have, the focus. And they weren't going to wilt. As I mentioned, I'd have to go back through the WEOL and CT archives. The last time they were trailing in a football game with 5.5 to go. No panic.
That's exactly what my point was going to be, Tim. No panic from those guys. They just settled right in, cool, calm, collected.
Well, now they do put one timeout on the board for Ignatius. In fact, no.
I think Jared's saying there is
an error on the
there
board.
You go. Yeah, they fixed it.
Did.
So now, nobody has timeouts.
So they took it back off. Okay, so Ignatius is out of timeouts. Avon has everybody back near Lorain County on defense. Quick throw, complete, falling down at the 42. And there's no time left, and that does it. Avon with a last-second touchdown, and then the two-point conversion to win. Upend St. Ignatius 22-21 here at the home of the Cleveland Browns in the 2026 opener. As Avon is celebrating, are they going to put one tick on that clock?
It's a flag. He was past the line of scrimmage when he threw.
We go.
Yeah.
Yep. Now the celebration can ensue as Avon opens up the year in heart-stopping, nail-biting fashion. A 22-21 win over St. Ignatius in a game that these two storied programs went toe-to-toe at Huntington Bank Field.
Boy, Tim, I mean, you talk about good openers. It does not get much better than this. And I think we learned a lot about these two teams. I posed the questions at the start of the broadcast. Would Ignatius look better? Would they look like they belonged at the upper echelon of Ohio high school football? I think this was a big step toward that. Does Avon look like a team that can maybe go after state title number 3? Like you said, Tim, there's always things to improve on between weeks 1 and 2, no matter who you are. Whether you were 10-0 the year before, 0-10, it doesn't matter. But that last drive right there, to me, Tim says this Avon team has that championship moxie in it. Who knows? Long way to go before we find out whether they can go after number 3 in a row or not. But, boy, what a championship-level effort from those guys when it mattered most here tonight.
Heart of a champion. Champion's DNA. You can use a lot of terms, but it's there for the Avon Eagles. What a win. What a game to start the 2026 season. Avon 22, St. Ignatius 21 is the final. Coming up, our Mallard Creek Golf Club postgame show brought to you by Mallard Creek Golf Club. That follows this in the WEOL Gridiron Clash live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step. And they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today. Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree services. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Well, folks, what a way to start the 2026 high school football season, not only on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube page, but here in Northeast Ohio. Wow, what a game, a heart stopper. Avon rallies in the final 5.5 minutes. They put together a game-winning drive that resulted in a Colburn 1-yard touchdown run. Michael Colburn from a yard out with 14 seconds to go to get them to within one at 21-20. And then the Eagles said, on this Thursday night, we're going for the win. And first-year starter, junior quarterback Trevor Sikora on a 2-point conversion pass to Jackson Palmer on an incredible play, completes it, and Avon hangs on for the 22-21 win. An extraordinary opener to the season here at Huntington Bank Field, and certainly part of the WEOL Gridiron Clash. That was a lot of fun. We welcome you to the Mallard Creek Postgame Show. Postgame show on WEOL, brought to you by Mallard Creek Golf Club. Book your tee time today at the Duck. By the way, I have to have a little moment of levity here.
Uh-oh.
You know, we were talking throughout the game, a heart-stopping game. Well, also heart-stopping was that mammoth spider that drifted down here in the press box and was dangling in front of my face all night. We asked for names. I like this one. Donovan. had our little spider,
How
Donovan.
Fitting.
I mean, come on. How did I not think of
fitting.
that? How did I not think of that?
Wow.
So our little buddy Donovan came down.
Well, and you've spent enough time around the real, Spider Donovan.
I just got that text a couple of minutes ago. I'm like,
one.
That's great.
Well, there was about 3 other Donovans lingering in behind him at a certain point. So.
Right. Well, Donovan and Coco tied the knot
this
this summer.
Go.
So,
right.
who knows when the little spiders might. I don't know.
I'll let you ask the questions on that.
I'm just saying. What a game. 22-21. Avon over St. Ignatius here at Huntington Bank Field. I said it twice. I didn't get the second one out. At Huntington Bank Field. Extraordinary night of high school football on WEOL.com and the CT's YouTube page. And I'll tell you what, all sorts of highlights, all sorts of extraordinary moments in this game. And Rocco, I'm sure there's some pretty interesting numbers on that stat sheet as well.
Yeah, so unofficial stats. We'll start first for St. Ignatius, looking at their rushing numbers. Dane Donovan, a really strong first half, I think, at quarterback for St. Ignatius. 8 carries for 52 yards. But, Tim, that's all it was for Dane, and that was all in the first half. So he was pretty quiet in that second half. Teague Deinhardt, 3 carries for 5 yards. JT Hummer really sprung to life in that second half. 8 carries for him, 47 yards. Ty McMillan, 2 carries, both for touchdowns. One of 17 yards, the other from 15. So 32 total yards from him in addition to those 2 touchdowns. And 1 running touchdown for Billy Cole. Carried it 5 times for 37 yards. Through the air, Dane Donovan, just 5 of 8. 1 interception for him, no touchdown, 42 total yards. Jacob Mike 7 of 12 through the air, 58 total yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions for Jacob. And as far as receiving goes, Billy Cole was the top target for Ignatius, 7 catches, 53 yards. Brandon Paul, Trey Haddad, a pair of receptions each. Charlie Blasco and Ty McMillan caught 1 pass each. For the Avon Eagles, as far as rushing goes, Michael Colburn, the big night, 16 carries, 53 yards, 2 touchdowns, of course, the last, setting them up for that game-winning 2-point conversion. Jarrell Fenton, 5 carries, 18 yards from him. Trevor Sikora, 4 rushes for him, 8 total yards. Got sacked a couple of times to take away from that total. Dean Andrus, a couple of hard runs from him, 4 carries, just 6 total yards tonight for Andrus. Through the air, Trevor Sikora, 17 of 23, 2 near costly interceptions for Sikora tonight, but had the touchdown pass, 195 total yards from him, and he had a really nice ball dropped in the bucket. I believe you said it was Jordanic over there on the far sideline. It was either him or Palmer who caught it on that far sideline. A real beautiful ball from Trevor Sikora to keep that drive alive, and eventually he ends up winning the ball game. As far as receiving goes, Caden Bennett, 4 catches, 45 yards from him. Finn Jordanic, 3 catches, the big 53-yard scoring strike, 80 total yards for him. Jackson Palmer, 3 catches, 46 yards there. And, of course, Palmer catching the 2-point conversion for the win in the back corner of the end zone. So there's some unofficial stats and numbers from tonight's contest.
Yeah, just a great high school football game. I mean, once you see and call and watch a game like tonight, you're thinking, all right, let's get this thing rolling, man, because the next, well, still 10 weeks per se, with tomorrow night and into this weekend, this is going to be, once again, just an incredible year for high school football. And boy, for Avon, in essence, I mean, I don't mean it perfect as far as how they executed, because they didn't, but it's perfect for Mike Elder because you win the game, you find a way to win the game, so you establish that mentality and that confidence, which Avon teams will always have, but certainly enough to work on. And Mike is one of the great coaches, so he will get it. And now you've got an extra day, keep in mind,
right,
you've got an extra day with playing on Thursday night this week, so get in, study the film, go through some of the things that you did wrong, teach and coach. And Mike Elder will tell you, he's much more of a teacher than he is a coach. So teach these guys and then get ready for next Friday and the season that moves along. And as we said, this is a team that certainly they came into tonight with a lot of newcomers out there. So you got your feet wet in front of a crowd that was massive insofar as this location is concerned for high school football. But in a great arena to play it, a great facility. So there's that arena coming out. Great, you know.
Too much basketball place for you every season.
Yes, I do a lot of that. But just a great night for the Avon program. And for Ignatius, folks, at least from one game, they're on their way back. You could see it. You could see it. You could see the way they chased the football on defense. They gang tackled. They swarmed. They played with passion. Again, there's a long way to go for the St. Ignatius Wildcats, but I've seen St. Ignatius a couple of times in the last few years, and this was a different-looking team tonight than Wildcat fans were used to seeing the past couple of seasons.
No, I would agree, and I think, you know, one thing for Avon that you mentioned, Tim, you mentioned the teaching that Mike Elder is going to want to do after this game in particular, after every game, right? But I think the enjoyment for Coach Elder in this game will last until about the time that we finally pack up and get back to the car, because then it's right into let's teach mode, let's get into film mode. I think a big message to his kids is going to be, hey, you know, we won at the end of the game, but, you know, we're that close to not winning. So don't let that overshadow the, you know, 15, 16, whatever different things that we need to work on, you know, this upcoming week to try to get back to that state championship caliber level. But you're right, Tim. All the credit in the world to St. Ignatius. That defense was tremendous tonight. We saw some real gutsy play from a lot of guys. And you keep in mind that Trey Haddad, your Texas A&M, you know, #1 receiver commit guy on the field, relatively quiet here this evening, dang near silent, right? So I think there's a lot of positives to look at if you're St. Ignatius, knowing you're going to get more from him, knowing you're going to grow from week to week. Not an easy schedule ahead, right? There's no gimmies on their schedule, and nobody's going to feel bad for you just because you've been down a couple of seasons. But I think that was a big step in the right direction for Ignatius, no question.
Yep, no doubt about that. So are we done?
I think so. Bills are paid. I think we're good to go.
All right, that's going to do it. Again, want to remind you that our post-game show was brought to you by Mallard Creek Golf Club. Hey, book your tee time today at the Duck. And so I personally want to thank you, Jared, and Zach Sprague. I mean, great, fun, entertaining high school football game tonight. I truly enjoyed it. So thanks for having me, guys.
It's absolutely an honor to have you here, my friend.
Certainly a great big thank you to all of you that dialed in, either on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page or at WEOL.com. And keep in mind, this was a Thursday night game, so there's all sorts of coverage coming tomorrow night as week one gets rolling as far as high school football is concerned. But we want to let you know that tonight's lid lifter, Avon and St. Ignatius, was brought to you by your North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads, Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. A1 Concrete Leveling, serving the area for over 30 years. Stewart's TV and Appliance, they're on Cleveland Street in Elyria. Mallard Creek Golf Club, Route 82 in Columbia Station. EcoTree Services, your complete tree care company. And by Mike Bass Ford, I-90 at Detroit, exit 148. A great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford. And a great high school football game tonight. Our final once again, Avon 22, St. Ignatius 21. For Rocco Nucci, Jared Kozar, and Zach Sprague, I'm Tim Elkhorn saying until we talk